What's up, guys? It's episode 399. Welcome back to the show.
I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take sh- I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take sh- I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Are we in a recession? Sure, for 48 hours. Are tariffs going to destroy our country? No, feminism did. Why are we pausing tariffs? So countries can pick a struggle, something Queers for Palestine needs to do. Why is our country broke? Because you're asking TikTokers about the economy. Will Temu be as expensive as Air One? Yes, so now you can't afford either. How do we beat China? Stop shopping at Temu. Can't we just print more money? Open up the schools. Are your groceries going to be more expensive? For a little bit. Hopefully you learn to eat less. Are tariffs a power move? Yes, it's the opposite of when you took your ex back.
Hey, what's up? It's Jacqueline. Welcome back to the show. So I bit off way more than I can chew today, but this is what's going on. Okay, I officially have a deviated septum and ADHD. It is what it is. Those are my latest medical diagnoses. I have ADHD and a deviated septum. The Pope died. Rory finally won the Masters. We're buying shit directly from Chinese factories now. Some bitches went to space. My Saturn, I just found out, is returning. I have a Saturn in Pisces, so that explains a lot. The word retarded is the word. Can we? I mean, I can't even say it on my. The word retarded is back. Like, it's like. Okay, just because low-rise jeans are trending again doesn't mean we need to wear them. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about the word retarded. So that's back. And then a dumb from Florida, a dumb cunt from Florida, filmed a dead body during the Florida State University shooting while sipping Starbucks and walking by it. So that's the state of the world right now and the state of my health and wellness. Yeah, you guys, episode 399. 400 episodes in, we're officially diagnosed. It's something that I already knew, you know? And basically after my follow-up call with my psychiatrist guy, it was like, yeah, you have ADHD and you need to just there was another diagnosis I don't want to get into. It's not a big deal or anything, but it was basically like, just keep doing therapy, like keep going to therapy. So everything's good on that front. It's good to know, I guess. I did that, 9:30 to 5 p.m. testing day. And turns out she does have ADHD. So, we'll clap to that. So, okay. I have a great show for you today. Like I said, I bit off way more than I can chew. It's going to be a long one, so please get comfy. We do have a new sign. Okay, I don't want to fucking keep saying it. You get it. All right. If you can't tell by the way I talk, yes, I do officially have ADHD and a deviated septum. I'm on my doctor's appointments. That's one thing about people with ADHD that's like the one thing they suck at. I don't suck at that. I always make appointments. I always keep up on my medical stuff. So, anyways, I want to talk about my deviated septum, consultation thing or whatever, because I'm pretty sure he was side-eyeing me the entire time. This older doctor, he's been doing it for 45 years. He was side-eyeing me the whole time. I had this this vibe from him that he thought I was in there to get a nose job, you know, because he took one look at me and I had full glam on. I think I was podcasting that day, and I think he was just like, who is this bitch? I'm like, what is she really trying to do here? Because that nose slightly has a bump on it, but maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so we have a new sign. Okay, we have a sign. We have a neon sign. It's the Jacqueline Monroe Show. Check it out. Go to YouTube or Spotify to watch me on video and watch the sign. Watch to look at the studio. We have a little sign and a big sign. So that's fun. They light up. It feels very official. And again, it's taken me 399 episodes to get a sign. Still haven't painted my walls. I still have this random mirror. I don't think I've ever really talked about my set design situation, but we moved into this house and I just threw a mirror up, threw a bookshelf up, sat my desk down and said, okay, this is where I'm going to shoot my podcast. And I haven't changed it in a year. So we're starting to upgrade. We're starting to have fun with the design here. Also, life update, I toned my hair against my hairdresser's approval last night. So it's very dark. It almost looks black. It's so dark. So I definitely effed up that Sally Beauty Supply Wella order. What is it? Wella toner. I've been using Wella hair toner like since high school. So it just felt, I don't know. I just felt like doing it just because it was like, we're in a recession. It was $20. It didn't cost me. I think when I get my hair toned, it's like $150. But also I was just lazy and I was like, I saw myself at Easter and I was like, I had to pull my hair back because I could not stand the brassiness anymore. So I just cracked, I got the toner, and then now we're sitting pretty with really dark hair, which is kind of strange to see. So yeah, new sign, new hair, same me. Okay. What am I drinking? Let's set the scene. We've got a coffee. We've got remember that company that sent me GLP-1? It was basically Metamucil. The first GLP-1 company that hit me up was it was a GLP-1 drink that apparently increased your GLP-1 stuff in your gut by drinking it, which again, it was basically Metamucil, but they sent me this other drink that is kind of like a post-workout, like, what is it? It has L-glutamine and shit in it. So I'm drinking that. I'm drinking a black coffee. I took a spin class this morning. I'm feeling energized. I'm feeling ready. It's the middle of the week. It's Wednesday. I'm just feeling good. I love this time of year. I talked about it last week. Like, spring is that bitch. I love spring. I love the sun. I'm tan. I'm wearing a coral t-shirt today. I'm very happy and very grateful. I'm feeling very blessed for this life lately. Like, and we'll talk about that in a second. But before I get into everything, please hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening right now. I'm on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Breaker, Overcast. Wherever you listen to podcasts, please hit that subscribe button and review the show 5 stars while you're there. If you haven't reviewed the show 5 stars yet, please do that now. That'd be great. Helps me out, helps people find out about the show. So leave me a 5-star review. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Again, this is a video and audio podcast, so you can watch the full-length podcast on YouTube over at the Jacqueline Monroe Show on YouTube. And then I'm a TikToker. Hi, if you couldn't tell by the way I talk. Hi, I'm a TikToker. Hi. TikTok, Jacqueline Monroe. Instagram, Jacqueline Monroe. All right, let's get into it. So, yeah, it was Easter, and he is risen, right? Like, fucking it. I am so detached from my faith. It is sad. And I told you last week, I said that I've been praying more lately. I've been tuning into my spiritual side lately, and it's putting me at complete peace. Like, that shit works. Praying to God works. Being reverent and like just, you know what, is this the pipeline? I got married. I started baking sourdough. We're going to start going to church. I'm going to start wearing tradwife. I'm going to start wearing those milkmaid dresses, the high neck, long, puffy sleeve milkmaid dresses. I mean, we're going to start going to church. I can feel it. I'm in this time, in this economy, in this period of life that we're all finding ourselves in right now in 2025. Church feels right. It feels like a good outlet, a good place to go on a weekly basis. So he is risen. Easter was beautiful. We didn't go to church. See, I grew up, I was a churchgoer. I was born and raised Catholic, confirmed, saw the Pope, the whole thing. I saw Benedict, R.I.P. to Francis. How tragic. He died on Easter. I wonder who the new Pope's going to be. I think there's bets happening in Vegas over like the next Pope. They're like placing their bets on these bishops right now. And I'm like, this is fucking crazy. So, yeah, I saw Benedict. I was confirmed. I'm a confirmed Catholic. And it's funny, you like move out of your house and then you stop and like you go off to college and party every weekend. So of course you're hungover, you're not going to church, and you don't seek out those local Catholic, like you go to college and it's like, I feel like some Catholics, they've been going to church since they were kids, and they went all the way through high school with their family, and then they go off to college. It's like some Catholics probably seek out a church in their college town to go to every weekend. Wow, that was definitely not me. That was the last. So that's when I stopped. That's when my faith, my like church days kind of ended, and now I'm a Creaster. So I'm a Christmas Easter bitch, and this year I did not go on Easter. Typically when I'm home with my family in Washington, we'll go to a church mass on Christmas Eve, and then a church mass. We'll go to a Christmas mass on Christmas Eve and Easter, right? If I'm home. So didn't happen this year, but we had a beautiful luncheon. It was like an Easter luncheon at our friend's house. It was beautiful. I baked a sourdough bunny that looked like shit. It looked like a volleyball, like with all the designs. I had to like cut ears and a tail and the bunny feet. And then when it all baked, it just looked like a blob. But we left, and that's when people started picking at it. And then we got a text within like 5 minutes that the whole bunny was gone. So that made me feel really good about my baking and my sourdough journey, because people love my fucking bread and they don't shut up about it. And I like to, this is the thing I preach all the time, pause and reflect on what I'm good at, acknowledge what I'm good at, feel, and then like say it out loud and go like, yes, that's okay it's okay to boast about yourself a little bit and to, toot your own horn. So God blessed me with many gifts, but one of them is baking, and I love to bake. So Easter weekend was beautiful. Didn't like my outfit. We posted some pictures. Corey and I took some pics. Didn't love my outfit. As a soft dramatic, that's my body type, according to Kibby. I learned that last fall. Those crop pants I wore were I looked fine. Like, I know, but the proportions were off in my mind. And I just need a wide leg trouser in that same shade of white. Like, I just need the same thing, but longer and a bigger flare. It elongates me. It just looks better. Long flared out trousers look the best on me. But of course we were down to the wire, and I was getting ready. I had probably 2.5 hours to get ready, and I threw my outfit on in the last like 2 minutes before we left. And I was scrambling, and my first top was it was just like a tank top with those pants. And Corey was just like, absolutely not. Cause we're around like older people, and like they're from La Jolla. Like they don't want to see, they're not, you know what I mean? So I went with an Ann Taylor blouse that I thrifted, and it was fine. It was fine. My outfit was fine. It was weird wearing all white though. I haven't done that since our wedding last year. And I like it on other people. I don't think I like all white on myself. Okay. So I said I took a spin class, still loving spin class. I go multiple days a week. I can officially sprint out of the saddle. Okay. Life update. Still loving spin class, but I didn't love it at first because I couldn't sprint out of the saddle. Now I can. And it's just like a really good feeling where I can actually keep that rhythm at that pace or like that speed or whatever without having to sit. Because I don't know. I felt like the thing about spin class is I used to make fun of those hand motions. And just all the movements, and it was just so dorky to me. Of course, I thought spin class was stupid. Like that's so me, And then now I'm like, I fucking love it. I went to this spin class on Sunday, and this instructor, I think she's known for like doing a lot of hand motions. And she said during class, she just makes me. By the way, this spin class instructor just makes me want to like hug people and like kiss. Like spin class is so good for me. I actually want to say something about the vibes in there and how the effect it's having on me. Just a second, but like, yeah, this spin class instructor is known for doing a lot of hand motions. And she said during class, she's like, this cures Alzheimer's or whatever. She's like, this prevents it, or like, cause you're thinking about, and she does so many and they're very intricate. I mean, I was doing like, I can't even describe it. Like, it's like 2 hands on one side of the handlebar, and then you're like pumping down a couple times, and then you like extend your arm up, and then you like do like a karate chop. And you've probably seen these spin class videos. Yeah, we were doing all of that. And she said during class that, I don't know if that has been studied, but there is an older woman in the front row. She's there like every weekend when I'm in class. And yeah, I bet she's like ahead of the game mentally. Like, I don't know. It probably helps her mind at that age. So, but anyway, spin class. Okay. So something I don't like about myself is my negativity for no reason. Like, I have the biggest smile on my face. Like, truly, like, I am such a positive, happy person. If you see me, like, I'm smiling, I'm positive. Okay. But like, I'm a glass half. Okay. What am I trying to say? My disposition, I wish I had the disposition of these spin class instructors, of these people that go to spin class. Like, they're just so light. They're so happy. They're so giddy. They're so like, I don't know how to explain it. And this whole place like has such a good vibe. And I'm like, I just feel like when I walk in the building, I'm like a dark cloud. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And then I get out of class and I just want to kiss everyone. You know, I'm like, they're very LGBTQ friendly there too, by the way. So anyways, love that. Just, that probably has something to do with it. Just positive vibes everywhere. It's a great community of people. But sometimes I'm like, why am I so, I feel like, especially, I'm just kind of closed off and reserved, to be honest. And at heart, I'm not that way. Like, that's not how that's not like who I am. But like in public, when I go to spin class, I'm just kind of like shut down or shut off and closed. But then I find myself after class talking to everyone and being happy, snappy. So, anyways, and Corey says this, like, I have to break me out of my shell. Cause at first I'm like a little shy. And then once we start talking, then I'm like, okay, this is fun. And I want to actually share who I am and open up these walls that I have up, because what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, I have a lot of thoughts, obviously, about how that personality of mine, or like that side of my personality, has probably held me back in a lot of ways and blocked me from opportunities and relationships. And yeah, it pissed me off. I'm 30 and it's like, what the bitch, get it together. So spin class is working for that a lot. So I'm doing spin class. So I did spin class. I got ready. I've been doing it. So I go to a 6 a.m. class, which is so early, but I love it because by the time I leave and get home and get ready for my podcasting, it's like 8 a.m. So, you know me and my time issues. It feels so good. Like, I love, because typically I would work out at 7 to 8 and then we'd sauna, and then it'd be like, we don't get home till 8:30, and then we shower. And then by the time I like get out of the shower and get ready, it's like 10. And I'm like, fuck. So, other life updates. I wrote down Corey forgot his phone. Yeah, that's how you know. Oh, I just thought of that. That's how you know. And I've said this since day one. He forgot his phone. I know how to get into his phone. There's no issues with that, with us or anything. My first reaction when I saw his phone, he left on the bed after he left for work, or he forgot it on the bed when he left for work. My first reaction was, okay, I can't call him to tell him that his phone's here. I know he's going to realize it sooner or later as he's driving. So I'm going to put this by the front door so when he comes home, he sees it and he can grab it and go back to work. I didn't think one time, like, that was anyone else, like every single one of my ex-boyfriends, like that's when our relationship would have ended, because I would have found some shit. I would have gone through that phone. I would have had that, or I wouldn't have done it, but I would have had that like intense urge to do it. I feel nothing with Corey. I don't even flinch if I see his phone and he's in like the shower or something. Oh, I should check. You know, that whole thing. I am so 30 and settled and calm and at peace. It feels so good. And if you're struggling out there, if you've got those tendencies with your husband, leave him. Just know it gets better. Eventually, I feel like with phone addiction, now with everyone being accessible through your phone, just, you know what I mean? It's just not worth being anxious about that with your partner. And I feel like that's the test. Because it's unavoidable. You're always going to be with your partner and their phone at all times. They're always going to have it at dinner. It's going to be in their pocket or on the table. It's going to be around. You just don't want to have anxiety with that. You know what I mean? So if you don't feel like checking their phone, you're in a good place. Take it from me. I just realized that as I was telling you guys that he forgot his phone, I was like, wait a minute. That's growth. That is maturity. That feels so good. Because me a couple of years ago, oh my God, if you know, the lore, the story. I also have tea about, oh my God, I can't even. It's like my most listened to episode, my cheating story episode. But yeah, that was not a healthy situation for me. Hi, growth and maturity. Let's keep moving. So I alluded to feeling grateful and happy and all of the things. And, we're coming up on 400, right? Technically, this is episode 400. I posted about that the other day. We've got we have a little brain fart situation on the Jacqueline Monroe Show. Back on episode 158, I duplicated the number. So it was 158, and then I posted 158 the next podcast. I blame the vaccine. I blame, my depression I was going through at the time. I don't know. So technically, this is episode 400. Hi, we've made it. Big day. Sorry, that's really loud. Didn't mean to do it that loud. But we're calling it 399 because I'm a little OCD and I just don't want to see 398, 400. And I also want to do something bigger than a typical episode for it. I don't know. We haven't, I haven't brainstormed. I've brainstormed, but haven't brainstormed enough to the point where I'm like, that's the thing I'm going to do. So we're coming up on 400. This is what I want to say. I'm just so grateful for you and for your listenership. I'm assuming if you have been a long time listener to my show at this point, you probably feel like you know me and we're besties virtually or whatever. And I know how that feels because I listen to podcasts all day long. And it just means a lot because this has truly been a life-changing thing for me and a very healing thing for me. And so I'm just so grateful to be able to share it with you and to have you as a weekly listener. If you listen every week or every now and then, whatever it is, means a lot. The only thing, all I knew, this is how my brain works. All I knew is that I liked listening to podcasts. All I knew is that they were a source of comfort whenever I needed it, especially when I was going through a lot of dark stuff in my 20s. And so all I knew is that, okay, if I enjoy it and people are just shooting the shit, talking about nothing, okay, I do, I understand what I do here. Okay, we're not changing the world or solving cancer, which, by the way, AI is going to solve cancer in 10 years, within the next 5 to 10 years. Watch it happen. They're already talking about it. It's crazy. So I knew that. I knew that I liked it, let me keep it straight. So I just never looked back, right? I said, I know that people, I know that I enjoy podcasters. I know I get a lot out of listening to other people talk about their lives and what they're going through. So why not me, right? Not to quote Russell Wilson during the Super Bowl era of whatever year that was for this, when the Seahawks went to the Super Bowl, but his whole motto was, why not us? That's my motto for life. If you feel like an imposter, you feel like who the fuck do you think you are to start a podcast and you're some Susie Q from wherever you live, you feel like you're not cool enough, your life isn't cool enough, fuck all that. You know what I mean? Just do it. And that's been my motto. Why not me? There's room for everyone at the table. I believe in that. Especially in podcasting, even though people are it's so saturated, everyone and their mom has podcasts. Yes. And, there's always room for more. And, if you build it, they will come. That is my motto too. If you build your podcast, the people will come. And here they are. We're on episode 400. It's episode 399, but it's 400. I'm in a reflective mindset right now about it. And I'm honestly just doing this segment right now to express my gratitude because this shit is this is my dream. This is my dream life. This is my dream career. This is my retirement plan. And yeah, I'm just feeling really happy lately about it all. I'll get into that a little more in a second. But the other thought about podcasting I had, and the reason I made it this far is just don't stop, just don't stop. You can't stop. That's what I told myself. Like, keep posting, keep showing up. Social media is a game of showing up. You have to clock in every single day and post something, right? Like, that's the game. You just have to. And the better, you have to care about the quality, obviously, and you have to, or prioritize that. And there's a lot more to it than just showing up. But I just told myself, just don't stop. Don't stop. Once you stop, it's over. What's the quote? It's like, if I don't quit, I can't fail. Period. So, just, yeah, that's how anything goes. Any hobby, any career plan you have, just keep at it. Even if it's a tiny percent a day, that whole 1% better every day thing is so true. Just a little micro positive step forward. That's truly how I got here. Like, if you listen back to the beginning, oh my fucking God, I will never delete those first YouTube videos. If you've seen them, God bless, and oh my God, like, who is she? It's haunting sometimes, but I look back and I'm just so like, I just love her. She was trying. I was trying, and I never stopped trying, and here I am. So I could cry just talking about it. So speaking of like feeling grateful and grateful for you and grateful for my life, like, yesterday was once again my perfect day. And I'm like, how did I get here? Like, it's Tuesday. I'm grocery shopping. I'm getting my car clean. I'm like doing all this stuff. I'm just like whisking around the town, and I'm so happy. Like, I love being like, okay, let's just call it what it is. I'm not solving the world's problems on this podcast. I'm not educating you about really important topics, right? Like, I'm not doing that here. I recognize that I'm a suburban housewife, a 30-year-old suburban housewife who is, you would probably call me like privileged, whatever. I'm self-aware. I know that's probably what it's looking like here, which is true. Okay. And as well, as one does in that, with that kind of, with those titles next to her name, I did a midday grocery shopping session with the elderly at Trader Joe's. It was like, what the fuck? Everyone around here is retired. And then I get the question at the checkout stand, because you know how they try to fall in love with you at Trader Joe's when you get your groceries checked out. The guy's like, are you off today? And I'm like, I just said yes. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, technically, because I approach like, okay, the podcast is my business. So yes, I get to pick my schedule. That's what I'm feeling grateful for. I'm grateful for the flexibility of time, the time flexibility I have, and the freedom to do whatever I want with my time. That's what I'm feeling grateful for, because a year ago, if you guys remember, on May 1st, I was fired from my corporate job. Laid off, fired. I just like to say fired because it's dramatic. And hi, I'm Cancer, and I don't know, I'm a Leo, rising Leo. Did I say my Saturn's returning? My Saturn's in Pisces. It's kind of been explaining a lot. I looked into it and what that means. Like, this tracks. It's my excuse. Like, anytime I have a mental breakdown in front of Corey, I'm like, oh, this is supposed to be happening because the planets, the positions are changing, and it's returning to Saturn is literally returning to the position it was at when I was born. That's heavy on the soul or whatever. Like, I'm also 30 and I just got married and bought a house and like changed career, or stopped working a corporate job. And, but if you remember a year ago, back to what I was saying, I got fired, laid off. The whole entire company was imploding. Basically, everyone was getting canned. Yeah, I now I can just be. It's so nice. Like, I can just, and I think all of the housewifey stuff I do, it fucking fulfills the fuck out of me. It fulfills me so much. I love it. I get so excited to go get groceries and pick out the flower bouquet for the week, and even just like taking the dogs to the park at like 10 a.m. Like, I used to have to sit in meetings, it's just really, I just feel like I'm at peace, and I found my peace, and I went through my whole 20s running the rat race of corporate America and running in the rat race of corporate America and just trying to like make it. And like, I just tried to like, it was just a hustle that didn't feel like I was not in the flow. That's the thing. I knew these corporate jobs I had were against that. They went against what felt right for me, you know, and the life I live now, this podcast, this social media stuff I do, the housewifey stuff, I consider running a home like I do a job. Like, it's a fuck ton of work. You know, I'm a natural caretaker. I like taking care of our home and the dogs and Corey. Like, that's just my nature, you know. I'm Cancer, double Cancer. I'm a homebody. I'm a nurturer. Okay, I'm sensitive too, and that's why I cry a lot. But it just feels like such a flow thing. My life feels like it's in the flow. I love my life. I literally drove home yesterday. I called Corey and I just said, I am so fucking happy. I'm so fucking happy. And I could cry. I'm like, how? Because I wanted this, right? Like, I wanted eventually to not have to work my corporate job and to do this thing. And now I have it. And it makes me so happy. And again, thank you for listening and supporting the show. Please subscribe. I'm actually like teary right now. Oh my God, this is not okay. Okay, so we're in a recession. Wait, what was I going to talk about? You guys, we're buying straight from these Chinese factories. Let's do a palate cleanser. This is a Chinese man in the factory telling you how to buy direct. Okay, to cut out the middleman. This is how we're cutting out the middleman, and we're buying shit for $1.50 from China instead of $150. Like, literally, like, people just let me just play this.
That he would lower the tariffs on the Chinese goods. That's a good start. Because of the tariffs, many Americans have learned that buying direct from Chinese factory is actually the cheapest. I have a little tips that might help you save even more money. I live in Guangzhou, and right next to me is Shenzhen.
Okay. Many Americans have learned that that it's cheaper to buy direct from the Chinese factory. If you didn't catch that, here's another one.
If you are interested, please tell me. I will send you all the styles.
You want to buy laundry pots?
What other products you are looking for?
Really put your foot in it this time, Donnie.
130, 130, 130, 130.
He's showing a bunch of pants, $1.30.
Only $130.
Go to nala.com.cn.
So there's all these websites that you can go to now to buy, or you've always been able to, but now people are trying to outsmart these tariffs and get shit for, buy things cheaper. And, it's just really funny. I'm like, what world are we living in right now? But speaking of this economy, okay, like everyone likes to talk about we're in a recession, but I will say, speaking of grocery shopping, I was like, oh my God, these prices. Like, first of all, 1 carton per household is the egg quota now. Is that the right word? Quantity thing now. Like, you literally can only buy 1 carton of eggs. And okay, but then the prices on stuff is actually like post-COVID, during the times of when the Suez got blocked. Do you remember that? And the thing, the tanker, what's it called? The oil tanker? No, the fucking cargo ship was blocking the Suez Canal. Was that over in Egypt? Somewhere up there. Crazy how that's just like the path. There's like a one way to get the cargo ships through. It's crazy. So then there was the supply chain shortage. So like the prices of like chicken was getting more expensive. Everything started getting more expensive. So I've been used to that. Like, I've been used to walking to CVS and seeing, Pantene shampoo for $14.99. Like, okay. But yesterday I'm like, what was it where I was like, oh my God. Okay. A pack of Diet Coke, I swear to God, it was like Coca-Cola products were all like $11.99 at Vons. Just a pack, like what is it? Like the 24 pack, the long skinny one you can like put in your fridge and it's supposed to like perfectly fit in your fridge. That was $11.99, like at Vons, like on the end cap thing as like sale 11. I'm like 11. I used to buy like those used to be like what, $6 $8, like whole thing of Diet Coke. So there was that. There was what else was like super expensive for no reason? Like Alani's. I just noticed the prices. It was like, oof. Something was $8.99 and I almost shit myself. It was, I think it was Spindrifts. You know those sparkling waters I like? I've talked about them before that have a little hint of like lemon juice in them or grapefruit juice. Those were $8.99. Like I remember those used to be $5.99 at Trader Joe's. $8.99. I'm like, oh shit, everything's a little bit higher. So I was like, oh my God. But like, speaking of this recession, let me get into it. The Jacqueline Monroe Show is rebranding. Okay, hi. I did a photo shoot on my dirt stained, dog paw stained, shit stained. God, there's probably shit all over our white couches. I did a photo shoot in our living room with my Canon G7X, and I took a bunch of hot pics for my new podcast cover because I was like, fuck it. Like, I'm ready. Like, it's time to do a new cover, a new like vibe for the show. And I just was doing it thinking like, this is so fiscally responsible because like, why would I go hire a photographer in this economy? Like, why would I go get a professional photo shoot done in this economy? Like, there are certain things about me where I'm such a cheap ass. And like, when it comes to, honestly, it's also the creative control because like I get insecure. I've never really done a photo shoot, like an official photo shoot before, but I think it's a control thing at the end of the day. And I want to be able to like, you know, be in the comfort of my own home. Like when I'm in the comfort of my own home, spreading my legs. All my pictures were just like horror. Every single picture I took for my new podcast, I'm like, what was going on in my head? I was just channeling. I think I was trying to channel like, I don't know. What was I trying to channel? Like Tate McRae, I don't know. I was just trying to have fun, you know, and whenever I'm like, oh, I want to have fun, I start like twerking and like kicking my leg in the air. You know what I mean? I start like getting sexual with it. So yeah, but I'm literally like setting up my podcast cover photo shoot situation in our living room. And there's just like, the dogs had slept there the night before. It was just like shitty. I need to clean these cushions. There's like a coffee stain. A light switch is like in like every picture that I have to like edit out. But there's something else I've been doing that's very like recession friendly or these times friendly. The other week we used up every last drop of food. I'm telling you, like everything from our freezer, everything from our fridge. Which you should do anyways. Like there's no reason to buy food when you already have food. Because I feel like that's how you waste stuff, obviously. So we went through every single thing in our fridge, felt really good. I've been doing that with all of my skincare products. I'm using things up to the max before I repurchase. I'm just doing subtle things, like just because I feel like have the underconsumption trends been, you know what it is? It's like an OCD thing. It's kind of like an OCD thing. It's partially I'm disgusted by overconsumption and the consumerism of it all, especially in the beauty community and influencer community, right? So I get disgusted, but I also get like the underconsumption trend when you see people that are like, this hand soap was from the Christmas season at TJ Maxx like 3 years ago. I'm still using it. Like a piece of that, like it speaks to my like OCD where I'm like, it's kind of like, it's intoxicating to like go through bottles of shit in your shower that's been sitting there forever. You know what I mean? Like right now I'm like working through all my shampoos, all my conditioners. I'm really like weaning things out down to the nitty. I'm like, it just feels like, yes, you know, it's like minimalism. That's when, okay, minimalism used to speak to me in that way too, where it was like, it just felt like, you know, so let me get back on the rails. We have a lot to cover. We have a lot of news. We have a lot of Coachella happened. We've got fucking, what else happened? This at Florida State University shooting. Oh, Katy Perry and the Real Housewives of Performative Feminism went to space. The Masters, Rory won. Okay, I wrote down, does he wear a toupee? So yeah, we have a lot to cover. But those were the life updates. What was I talking about? Oh, under consumption. We were talking about China. I started crying and I was like, okay, let's watch these Chinese factory videos. Because we're buying straight from the factories now. At the end of the day, we need to stop buying shit from China. That's how we take them down. Like, stop buying shit. Just stop. Stop your Temu orders. Stop your Shein orders. Stop your, like, I haven't been shopping on Amazon. Yes, I have. What I'm saying is I'm really conscientious. Like, I only buy things that are absolute needs. Like, I absolutely need this, because typical Jacqueline is like, oh, it's 10 p.m. I should be in bed right now, but I'm on Amazon and I just want to get a hit of dopamine right now. So I'm going to buy a sports bra in a new color. You know what I mean? Like, that's a typical thing that I would do for no reason. And it's like, stop, right? We all need to stop doing that. Cool. So now we're on, okay, this is something I wanted to bring up because it's very obvious that we're all doing this now. And I'm like, what's the psychology of this? What is the psychology of this? Because, and then I have a tip. Okay. So this is about liking pictures on social media. I'm not talking about like your boyfriend liking a girl's Instagram or Instagram model's pictures, not like that type of liking. I'm talking about like people you follow. Okay. So, and I read a lot about trends, social media trends, what's going on on the business side of things, the algorithm side of things, like what's changing, right now they're calling it like the lurker economy, where people are watching who they're following, right? Like you see them post a picture, like a photo dump or a reel. The people who follow you are watching it, but they're not engaging. They're not liking, they're not commenting, they're lurking, they're seeing it, but they're just like moving on with their day. So it's this because I think it's a little bit of like, okay, we're all burnout. Like we're inundated with nonstop posts and content on our Instagrams all day and our TikTok. So you're just kind of like, whatever. Like, but what is the psychology? This is what I'm getting to. What is the psychology of not liking someone you follow's pictures or posts, especially when you're friends with them? Like, especially when you're friends with them, like in real life, you're good buddies. Like you're cool. Like you have no beef. You like them. You follow each other. You engage with their content. You watch all of their stories. That's the thing. People will watch all of your stories and never like a single thing you post. What is that psychology? It's this new thing. And it's a very strange, and I'm not reading into this as like, oh, it's a jealousy thing, or it's like there's a subtle animosity. They have animosity towards you subtly and they're triggered by what you put. Like, I'm not getting into that. I kind of give people the benefit of the doubt, because it's like I don't know. I just think it's weird. This is the thing. And this kind of goes with my tip. I just think it's weird because this is my tip. So for social media, this is like my number one tip, especially because this is my number one social media addict tip, because whether we like it or not, we're all addicted to our phones. We can't avoid it. We're like, you try for a week, you're like, I'm going to be on my phone less. Yeah. How long does that last? A day. And you're like back to rolling out of bed in the morning and checking your phone. Right. So my tip, because it is what it is. Here we are in 2025. We're all addicted to our phones. My tip is to only follow people who, when they post, you want to like it. Like you get this feeling in your body that like everything they post, you're like, yes, queen, like, yes, bitch, yes. Da, da, da. That's how I am with Justin Bieber. Everything he posts right now, I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to support this guy. Like I want him to win. I want him to do well. I know he's probably been going through it. He's the kind of person I follow where I'm like, everything he posts, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm liking it. That's the feeling you should have with the people you follow. Or it's like, why else are you following them? Oh, because you met them one time at a bar and now you or you follow them. Like, don't follow those people. I don't know. I just think it's okay. This is what I'm getting to. Honestly, it's especially when it comes to influencers and people that are clearly trying to build their brand on social media and like build a business on social media, like myself included. Like, I think it's it's rude or it's just like not rude, but like if you follow them and you're not engaging and liking their content, it's like, fuck you, you know, like you're not you're just like, I don't know. Yeah, I think I do it, especially when I know that this person is clearly trying to, they're already an influencer and this is how they make their money, or they're on the come up and they're trying to pop off. Like I want to support that every single time. So whenever I follow someone or if I see a post from an influencer, I always like it, or I try to, like, if, you know, this is a dumb internet brain conversation, but this is, at the end of the day, here's what I want to get to, okay, about phones. And then we'll keep going with like the news topics and stuff. And oh God, Liam Payne cheated on his girlfriend before he died. We'll get into that. Okay. There needs to be one app. Okay. There needs to be one app. When I open my phone, I want it to be a one-stop shop. Okay. I'm sick of bopping around. I'm sick of it. It's not good for our brains. It's a clusterfuck. I have so many apps and all day long I'm like bopping over here and I'm bopping over here and I'm on Instagram. I'm back on TikTok and I'm back on YouTube and I'm on my messages and there needs to be like one interface. This is not going to ever happen because of the tech wars or fucking the app war. What is it? That already happened. The app wars already happened. TikTok is still winning. They're going to compete. They're going to have, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I just want it to be a Zen experience. When I open my phone, I want it to be, okay, I open my phone, just consolidation. I want everything in one place, in one interface. I want to see text messages. And then I want to see like, okay, the content of I don't know how this works. Like I don't, and I've been saying this for a really long time. I remember when Instagram started Instagram stories after Snapchat stories did Snapchat stories. I remember saying this. I was like, so now we have to do stories on Snapchat. This was back in college. We have to do stories on Snapchat and then we have to go do the same thing on Instagram. Like, fuck that. There should just be one app. Here I am in 2025 saying it again. Like, it's not, none of this is good for our brains. I'm just trying to conceptualize or theorize about how could there just be one, you open your phone, it's Zen. And let me grab my phone right now. It's been on my desk this whole time. So I open my phone. Okay. Oh my God. So I've got like the stock market. I've got my news app. I've got my Goodreads. I've got my Aura Ring. I've got my bank account. I've got my Gmail, all my social media apps. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. What's new? But that was a disgusting noise. I apologize. Okay. Back to like OCD about using up products and like decluttering and like being conscientious about spending and all of that. Another thing I'm very OCD about, and this is my other social media tip, and I have talked about this a lot, and then we'll move on because like, come on, like talking about like phone stuff is who fucking cares? But I am very OCD and I really need to clean up my TikTok about like my following amount or count. Like I follow like less than 500 people, which still feels like too much. I just want to, when I open Instagram, when I open TikTok, I just want to see what I want to see, right? And that's my tip. Like whittle that shit down to like nobody, down to like 5 people you follow, because it makes such a difference. It really does, especially when you turn off the settings where it recommends stuff for you to see based on like what you've already watched. Like, especially when you turn those settings off, it's really nice. You just see. So yeah, anyways, just do better with your phone. We can all do better. Last a day, you're going to get inspired by this podcast for one day. You're going to be like, oh my God, Jacqueline told me to unfollow. I follow 1,600 people. I'm going to unfollow a bunch of people. You're going to get inspired and then it's going to crawl back up. You're still going to be addicted to your phone and we're all going to die someday and who fucking cares? Okay. So I saw, okay. we're back to the movies. Corey and I keep going to the movies, right? And we love it. And he said something the other day. He's like, my dad and I used to go to the movies growing up, and I just feel so, I love that we do this together because it just, we still take his dad to the movies sometimes, but I feel like it really just warms our heart to get the popcorn to sit down and watch a movie every weekend. Like we literally go every single weekend. It's like our thing. So we saw Drop, and the Drop movie with the guy from It Ends With Us, the guy that was like the good guy in the movie. Who is the actress in that? It's the movie where she has to kill her date. You've probably seen the previews. It was okay. Like it was, the thing is they rushed the ending. There were so many things about the ending that were stupid. Like she, instead of calling the cops to like go save her, was it her son? She like drove home herself, rushed home in her car. It was like so unrealistic, you know, and the movie just kind of ended. So obviously it was a cheesy thriller type movie, but it was okay. It was like a fun date night movie. And then we saw The Amateur with, who's the actor? It's a movie where basically his wife gets killed in London. He works for like the CIA, this guy does, and he basically is out to get the killer of his wife, and he goes rogue and basically, does it himself, and they're trying to stop him from doing it, the government or whatever. So that was good. It was kind of like, so then we went home the same day we went to like a matinee, and then we went home and watched The Accountant with Ben Affleck. That was kind of a similar premise. It was a better movie though, a way better movie, because we want to see The Accountant 2 that comes out soon. I think we're going to take Corey's dad to that because he liked that movie. So we're still going to the movies. We're still loving the movies. You know, there's just something about eating $30 popcorn next to strangers in the dark that really heals me. And I feel like a kid again, you know, and I'm eating those Raisinets with the popcorn, by the way. We're putting the Raisinets in the popcorn with, okay, by the way, it's half caramel, half butter, full pack of Raisinets. Sometimes we add a pack of peanut M&Ms. You guys, the GLP-1 is out the door, out the window. It's not in my body anymore. It doesn't work. My body's, I feel like a pregnant lady. Like literally, I'm just fucking eating my face off. And it just feels good to eat. Like eat. Oh my God. If you put a large bucket of popcorn in front of me with candy in it, oh my God, I am a pig. Like I am a fucking pig. And we also like get dinner at our, oh my God, we get dinner at this place. And then we have, what's it called? Popcorn and candy and everything after. So I just love it. I love the movies. I love it. And I'm becoming like a movie buff, or like, I don't know. Maybe that's what we'll talk about on the show. Like moving forward is like, I'll recap movies and do my reviews. But I'm trying to think of, something Corey said about the cartel in this movie theater place. Probably shouldn't have said that. We're convinced it's like there's some sort of, what do you call it? Laundering happening. We don't know. I don't know anything, but it's giving laundering. It's giving cartel. I don't know. Do I cut that out? Do I leave it? Am I in fear of my life now? Kinda, but what's going on with these deportations? Let's change the subject nice and smoothly, because what is it? Like 90% of these gang members, they deported to fucking CCOT or whatever in El Salvador. Is it El Salvador? The high maximum security prison, like didn't have a criminal. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I just heard some things, and again, suburban housewife who doesn't know shit about fuck. And not to quote Ruth from Ozark, that was the best line in that entire series. I missed that show. I need to get into a good show. I haven't watched a good show in a while, like a good show. It was not a White Lotus girl. Don't even tell me I need to watch it. Like it's probably not going to happen. I think I might start getting into Paul American. I'll start watching the Paul brothers. No, I'm just a suburban housewife who has a very surface level understanding of current events. That's who I am. So something about deportations and something about this MS-13 leader who wore a Bulls hat, and apparently that because he wore a Bulls hat, that means he's an MS-13, and then people are like, that's racist, and like there's all this shit. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but did they? Yeah, so it's something, go listen to who was I listening to? Break it down. I don't know if there's a podcast if I can recommend a podcast right now. If you're still trying to like keep up with the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively situation, go listen to Candace Owens' latest video or podcast on the fake lawsuit that Blake Lively filed so she could confiscate her employee's phone back before the New York Times dropped the article because of this PR agency. And blah, blah, blah. Just go listen to her podcast breaking down, because she's like, that's her thing. That's her baby, that Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni drama. So, yeah, I was going to try to brush up on that today and cover it, but I'm like, honestly, I don't fucking care. Like, at this point, I feel like I'm wasting brain cells, or I'm losing brain cells, and it's like a waste of life to be. It actually is really juicy though. Whatever. I didn't want to have to like read an article in depth or paperwork. But hey, if I find out any more information about the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively lawsuit, I promise that I will deep dive into it myself before I come talk to you about it. I think that's best for both of us, and the health of this show, because again, talking out of your ass, that's the thing. Nobody knows anything. Everyone's just talking out of their ass and sharing their opinions. That's just what we do. I what is my take on all of that? Like, I listen to a lot of podcasts, a lot of comedian podcasts, and something I heard recently was that, like, when did comedians start talking about politics? And like this, everything is so, what's the word? Things that are getting far, or it's almost like watering comedy down a little bit. And someone said, I forget what was I listening to. It was like a bro podcast, but they were like, comedians need to stop doing their podcast and stop talking about politics and just go back to doing comedy. Like, because all they do on their podcast is talk about current events and politics. But like, there's certain comedians where I'm like, that's why I tune in, fucking Tim Dillon's breakdown of this MS-13 gang leader's girlfriend or wife pleading for him to, return home, like his breakdown of it, like that's him talking about a current event in a humorous way. Like, that's worth my time. I mean, it was down to like every single word she said. It was like, oh, you have to listen to the episode. I think it's his latest one. But so there's certain people where I enjoy it, and certain people I'm like, I don't know. Like, what else are we going to talk? The thing is, this is where I'm at. I'm like, what? I'm not a comedian, but like, when I get on my podcast every week, there's so much crazy shit happening in the world. It's almost like you can't not talk about it. You're almost like, because you want, it's something you're interested in. You want to talk about it. So, yeah. What are people saying about this? The Pope dying, and he met with JD Vance right before he died, or I don't know. Fucking who cares? A lot of the news though is also like, fucking who cares? So, I want to talk about something I learned about myself. It took me 400 episodes to learn. It makes a lot of sense. Maybe I'll go into like, okay, how did I get my ADHD diagnosis? How did I get, like, what was the meeting like when I got my results? Like, what was the whole situation? So, like I said, I did that all day testing thing. We did a cognitive section, like half the day was cognitive, half the day was psychiatric. Is that the same thing? I don't know. I had to do a bunch of puzzles and word games, and I had to do stuff on a computer, listen to things. I played with blocks. I felt like I was in kindergarten again. It was fun. Honestly, it was kind of fun. I was down for it, right? Because I was trying to do my absolute best because I wanted the results to be as accurate as possible. I probably tried too hard. My IQ score was higher than what was my IQ score? I should bring up my results. Who fucking cares about an IQ score? I feel like all that's been debunked. It's a good metric for like where you're at when it comes to intelligence, I guess, but not fully. So it's a good metric for that a little bit, but it doesn't paint the whole picture. So I tried really hard. I was very competitive. I was like really trying to do my best. And I scored a lot of my test results. Why didn't I think of pulling up my results? I was in like there's percentiles, right? If you're in like the top, there's a bell curve thing. And then there's like, okay, this is like where most people score. And this is where people I was in like the 95th percentile in a lot of categories. So I scored very well. Like I did very, very, very well. But then there was a lot where it was like, like, oh fuck, like I've got some weaknesses over here. So that was really interesting to see the things. And then the things I was really good at, a lot of people aren't. There was a lot of the number memory stuff where he would recite things out loud and I had to say it backwards, but then he would say like 10, 4, 2, 8, 7, 6, 3, 1. And I would have to order those backwards and say it back to him. So there's this chart where he's like, okay, normally I just get to like 4 or 5 numbers. We got all the way up to like 12 with you. That's how many I could remember backwards and put them in order. So I was very good for some. I'm like, I didn't know I could do that. So I was like surprised. There was a lot of things where I was like, what does this mean? Like I'm like, I know I'm not stupid, but I feel like I'm stupid when it comes to life. No, like adulting is kind of that's where I struggle. That's why I was there. I was like, I feel like I'm slipping every day. Like I'm fucking frozen for no reason, for the dumbest like frozen when I need to not be frozen. I'm paralyzed when I do not need, I need to get shit done, So, but anyways, we did the cognitive testing, and then that was like the puzzles and the word games and all that. And then I did a 350 question psychiatric test, like the official one. And I will say this, okay, I was diagnosed with, it's not even bad. It's like a generalized mood disorder, which he kind of used the term, he like said it like you're not, the term diagnosis or being diagnosed sounds heavy and like official and like, ooh, it means like a big thing. It's like, oh fuck, like you're hit with a truck, but it's really not that big of a deal. Like I said at the beginning, it was basically like, hey, you have clinically, like through this testing and through what you self-reported through the testing, you are showing clinical levels of like distress. Like you're not okay. Like this is not okay. And basically it was like, bitch, go to therapy. It was like, hey, like you're fine. Like you're okay. Like you're a functioning human being of society. Like this isn't like a crippling disorder or like diagnosis or whatever. It's just, you got stuff to work on and keep working on and keep working through. And this goes to my next thing I learned. Okay, let's get into it. It took me 400 episodes to get here. I am an intellectualizer. Okay, I did not know this about myself. So wait, back to the testing and all of that, because I didn't finish when I got the results and all of that. Or I feel like I explained everything. I took the tests. I got my results. He's like, it's ADHD and a generalized mood disorder, which is like depression, anxiety, stress. What was the other one? Trauma. Oh, trauma was the biggest one that I like self-report on that I haven't. So that's what the shit I need to work through. Okay. let's get into this. So I learn something new on TikTok every day. Who doesn't, right? And it's TikTok is helpful and it's also harmful, right? There's like, especially when it comes to educational videos about mental health and feminism. Most of it's more hurtful than more harmful than helpful, in my opinion. There's like a few topics. I feel like the topics for me that I have to be very careful of getting swayed too far one way or the other with are mental health TikTok videos, motherhood TikTok videos. We've kind of talked about that on my show here recently. And feminism, womanhood type videos, because you can get confused. And that is another tip I have with social media addiction. Like you really have to be conscientious of what you're absorbing on a regular basis. So when you're on TikTok, the algorithm knows what you've watched. It recommends videos that your For You page is feeding you stuff constantly. And it's wiring your brain, like literally, like if you're a TikTok girly like myself, like I'm on it, I'm learning, I honestly love it for learning. Like I learned this new term, intellectualizer, and I'll get into what that means. And when it comes to like trauma and therapy and all of that, because I did not know this about myself and I cannot believe it. It makes so much sense, but we'll get into it in a sec. So I love it. I love learning. I'm such a curious person. It's such a great resource. There's amazing communities all over TikTok. People are helping each other and it's great for that. But if you're not careful, you'll get pulled and you'll get brainwashed in a certain way where you're like, this person's really charming about what they're saying. They really have a way with their words. They're really articulate on this topic. And this is a very convincing argument. And you kind of like go, oh yeah, this makes sense. And then you start thinking that way and you're like, but it counters what it just pulls you away, in my opinion, where those aren't original thoughts. Those are thoughts you're hearing from someone else. And a lot of those thoughts that so a lot of these TikTok videos about motherhood, about mental health, like feminism, the patriarchy, whatever. A lot of people talk out of their ass, like I'm doing here on my podcast. They're not even talking from experience. They're not. And so you have to consider that because, yeah, consider the source, consider if they even have firsthand experience or not, because at the end of the day, I think that's how you should make your life choices, based on firsthand experience, what you think, what your original thoughts are. Because again, with these videos, they're very snazzy, right? They're trying to get your attention. They're saying these really like sexy, I don't even know, like they're making it sound so good and you're like, huh, and then you get a little bit like confused. And that's happened to me on those topics especially. But so what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Consider the source. You have to. It's hard. It's hard though. There are so many women that talk about motherhood that don't even have kids. It's like, what the fuck? Like they have like their opinions and shit. It's like, shut the fuck up. You don't even have kids. Like, or, it's just like when I don't want to get into, I want to stay off those topics and I want to get to this. So I learned this term, intellectualizer. I was like, what? That sounds like me. I feel like I'm an intellectual girl who likes to think through everything deeply. And I'm a deep thinker. I love to think. So I heard this term intellectualizer, and this was from a therapist. She was talking about it. And, she basically broke down why when an intellectualizer sits with her in her office, they don't do very well in therapy in the traditional sense of like how does this make you feel? The other person with the intellectualizer person will be like, when they're like, hey, tell me how you feel, it's like, let me think about it. You know what I mean? They literally feeling feelings in their body is they'd rather think everything through, which is so, I related to that so much. I was like, I escape my feelings. I escape feeling my feelings in my body by thinking through everything in my head. And that's basically what this podcast has been up until this point. Okay. Avoiding feeling my feelings. Like I say things out loud. I work things out with you. I talk it through. I conceptualize things. Whatever. I go through every fucking minuscule detail of the problems I have and things I want to work on. Like I talk everything through, but what that's doing is putting everything upstairs, and you're avoiding feeling and processing the emotions in your body. And so when it comes to my childhood trauma, especially, this is something that I'm considering doing is somatic. I think it's called somatic therapy, where it's a different type of therapy where it makes you feel your feelings. Like because I'm like, wait a minute. I think that's what's happening here. I know everything. I could tell you everything about myself, all the problems. Like I could articulate, and I always get that when I'm in therapy. It's like I always get the comments of like, oh, you're so self-aware. You're really you could do my job or whatever. Like they always like tell me like they always give me compliments on like how like thoughtful I am and how I'm clearly like super self-aware, and I like whatever. But the true path to healing, okay, is feeling your feelings and processing your emotions through your body and not through your head. Because, and I think what I learned from this therapist is that when you're a kid and bad things happen to you, and this is kind of sad. Expressing your feelings. Okay, this is sad. I just thought of this. So it's like, okay, when you're a kid and a bad thing happens and you feel like shit and you're sad and you're crying or you're mad or whatever, you didn't feel safe expressing your emotions because of whatever reason. You were reprimanded for it. You were punished for it. You weren't seen or heard. You weren't validated, right? So this is probably what happened to me. You know, I love my parents, but shit happens. Okay. We had some rough patches there I had a lot of crazy shit happen to me as a kid. So what I learned is that if I go upstairs in my brain and I think things through and I talk myself to safety, or in my head to safety, into feeling okay. I figure things out in my head, and I seek clarity through about the traumatic situation in my head, and that makes me feel safe and okay, basically. That's what intellectualizers do. They think their emotions instead of feeling them. So I like this quote. I wrote it down here. Forgiveness is emotional resolution felt in the body, feeling the hurt, feeling the pain, not thinking it. When I say like, what does feeling your feelings feel like? I don't fucking know. Literally, I'm like, okay, when I'm sad, I feel like I know what it feels like to have like a heavy chest or butterflies. Like I know what it feels like to feel like feelings. And when I have emotional breakdowns, which I have many, I cry and I'll get into a ball and I'll sob. Like a good cry feels so good, right? But when it comes to healing my trauma from my past, like I'm a blocker. I'm an avoider. I don't like to, I'm a major, like, I tell myself like, this is what happened and this is what it means. I tell myself everything in my head and then I move on with my life. I don't allow myself to feel it because it's so fucking painful, right? And that's what I need to do to heal. And that's what this whole diagnosis thing was about. It was like, hey bitch, go to therapy, work these things through. You'll probably feel better. So, cause he's like, and then he also was like, dude, you need to fucking, my psychiatrist guy was like, you think you feel better than you technically feel. You think he's like, you clearly, your perception of how you feel is a lot better than what your clinically like reporting here or what. I'm like, that was fucking crazy. I was like, wait, you're so right. Cause like, I do struggle, bitch. Like I do have problems where I'm like, I mask and I pretend like everything's okay. And it's like, I hate the word gaslight. Like, but yeah, I gaslight myself into thinking things are better than they are a lot, or I'm okay a lot. And it's, and back to me gushing about how happy I am, right? Like, how does this connect? Okay. Here I am, like, dream life. So grateful for you guys. Like, I love podcasting. I love my little podcast day. I love my life. I love grocery shopping. I love being a housewife. That is all true. Okay. But I have daddy issues. Okay. For real. Like, that's something that I don't talk about here, but that is like, that's what I'm alluding to. Like the trauma. I don't think I've fully, and I don't think you ever do fully heal. I think it's fluid. A lot of this stuff is fluid. Which was a huge lesson through this psych test. It was like, wait a minute. I thought I was good. I thought I was thriving. I thought, which I am in certain ways. And that's the thing about life. You might have areas of your life that are 10 out of 10, right? Like I definitely do. But then there's like a couple areas where it's like, you're in the shitter, and that can change at any time, at any age. It's never gonna be 100%. So that's what I learned through this. I'm like, wait, just because everything in my life seems like it's amazing doesn't mean everything is. Like there are things, especially when it comes to daddy issues, trauma stuff from the past, that I suppress and avoid and ignore and pretend like it doesn't exist and like, that's, you know, that's not good, and that's okay. And that means that you have an opportunity to work on it. Okay, cool. Therapy talk. Hate doing this on the podcast for long periods of time, but here we are. Yeah, I like that. Forgiveness is emotional resolution felt in the body, feeling the hurt, feeling the pain, not thinking it. Because I can think about how I felt when all that shit went down when I was a kid. I can think about what the impact my dad had on me and you know, both parents, they're for different, you know, whatever. I think that's the missing piece for me, is feeling it. I'm like, do I need to go fucking I've already done DMT. Do I need to go do ayahuasca? Like, do I need to go on? I was literally telling Corey, I was like, it's almost like, like, I'm not searching for anything, right? I'm not one of those people. I'm not trying to find. Okay. I hate how much I think sometimes. I hate how fast my brain moves, and I hate how deep of like, I love it. It's like so great for podcasting, right? You get to like literally jump inside my brain with me on the show here. Like you're literally inside my brain with me right now. Like deep thinking is great it's like good for that. But what am I saying? Like, I wish it's just, this is what it is. You can only avoid and block out your trauma for so long. It's gonna fucking come to the surface. And I think now that I'm 30, I'm married, I'm going through these huge life transitions and chapters and major identity shifts, right? Like wifey, I'm not girlfriend anymore. I'm not single. It's like wife, and then eventually mother. Like these are huge things. I think, and then, you know, when you're in a marriage, it's like they're a mirror. There's things, it's such a beautiful, crazy, like thing that you don't really expect until, or like you don't really realize that until you go through it, I guess. And I guess that's what I'm learning. Like all this stuff I suppressed and pushed down and ignored and avoided my entire 20s is fucking at the top now. And I thought I worked on all of it. I thought I was good. When Corey met me, he was like, dear God, thank God bless. She's solid as a rock, which I am. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. But like fucking shit comes up. And I think it's related to a lot of resentment and a lot of anger. I think I have a lot of anger and resentment about feeling like I got the shaft, the fucking shaft. Okay. Like the thing about, this is kind of deep. You already have your childhood trauma, right? So you're packing that on your back every day unless you really heal it and feel your emotions, right? And like, I don't know, solve it or really like work on it, right? Like I thought I did. again, I thought I did. I need to, I legitimately need to. Because that's how my family, like the way we thrive, the way we survive, it's been instilled in me from a young age. We sweep shit under the rug. We pretend like it doesn't exist. We avoid our feelings. We numb. We drink alcohol. We avoid. Coping mechanisms, unhealthy ones. Whatever. Like that's how we deal. Okay. And we're, stoic about it. We're not, and that is not good for me. That's what I'm learning. But what I'm saying is that back to like feeling resentment, anger, and rage or whatever. I need to get the fuck over the fact that I don't have the cookie cutter mommy and daddy as a 30-year-old who get to, like I have my mom's a rock star. She's coming next week. It's going to be great. We're going to have the best time ever. And we've been through a lot and, that's fine. But what I think is bullshit and that I need to fucking get over is like, like my dad wasn't at my wedding. Like we have an estranged relationship for the most part. It's been that way for like 10 years. And I guess I fucking hate the fact and I have anger about like, I don't have normalcy with that. I don't have normalcy with my dad. Like I want, and I know like some people don't have parents. Some people's parents tragically died when they were a kid or whatever. I know that a lot of people are in my situation. I know that I'm not, special or anything, but I need to fucking get over it and move on with my life and just accept it. And I feel like I think I mentally have a lot of like, I had this expectations ruin everything, right? I'm a dreamer. I'm a dreamer. I look out into the future and I see this picture. I paint this picture in my head of like this ideal situation. Someday you'll get married and buy a house, which I did. And it was beautiful. Everything was peachy keen there, right? Your dad will come over and have a cup of coffee with you. He'll come visit you and he's going to hold your kid and be grandpa and you'll sit on your lap and da-da-da. Bitch, you're probably not going to have that. So I have this thing with that, this like sadness, somberness, like about where I'm like, it makes this time feel less sweet. And I think the way I can solve that and the way I can feel better about it is I think I'm in the process of like, okay, I've grieved. I'm pissed off. I feel like I got the shaft. I got gypped. Like I want the cookie cutter perfect thing, but that's not reality. Okay. I think I need to move into acceptance. And I think before I move into acceptance and like get to the other side, and we need to fucking move on, is to I need to feel my feelings in my body and instead of thinking them and blocking them. So it took me 400 episodes to realize that. But yeah, what the fuck? Like, it's like a second trauma when you get married and settle down and you're like, where's my dad? Cause he's alive, but it's like, he's not there. It's such a weird thing. If you have that too, it's just such a weird thing. But anyways, palate cleanser time. All right. This woman poisoned her husband with banana bread. We're just going to palate cleanse right now because I need it. Actually, do I want to get... Let me see what else I have on here. Let's palate cleanse with this banana bread thing. We have a couple palate cleanser videos on TikTok, and then we're going to keep it moving with like current events, news, Coachella, my thoughts on Coachella fashion, my thoughts on the recent Florida State University shooting. Like I have a thought about something. Katy Perry being who cares? Honestly, all this is who cares. Oh, the NBA finals are coming up. I have a thought about I have an NBA segment a little bit. But here we go.
An extremely dangerous allergic reaction by feeding my homemade banana bread to his mistress. And you know what? I'm not even sorry. 2 weeks ago, I came home from work early. Now, I didn't bother to let my husband know because, to be honest, I didn't expect him home. I didn't expect anybody home. My plan was to have a bath, not tell anyone that I'd come home from work early, just relax for an hour, and then my husband would get home. What actually happened was I turned up home to find my husband and our friend in the kitchen just laughing. Now, there wasn't too much to be suspicious about at first. They were both fully dressed. There was nothing untoward going on that I could see. And when I arrived, my friend's facial expression didn't change. She seemed very happy to see me. She threw her arms around me, cuddled me, and spent the next few hours talking to me. So everything seemed fine. It was only once she left that I kind of internally started to question how long she had been there.
May I just say, I love her accent. I love her voice. And that's half the reason I'm playing this video. I love it so much. Okay. But moving on.
And what were they laughing about? Because when I walked into the kitchen, I wasn't involved in the conversation. Nobody included me in the joke. We just started our own conversation. So it was playing on my mind a little bit. And then last week, my husband told me he needed to work late. This is not a regular occurrence. My husband never works late and doesn't really have the kind of job where you would need to work late. So it made no sense. I didn't question it. And then at the beginning of this week, my husband worked late. Again, I had my internal questions, but I said nothing. I need to reiterate that my husband's job is not the sort of job where you would need to work late. It's the kind of job where you finish at 5 o'clock and you forget about work. You don't need to think about it until you're there the next day. Is that kind of job, you know? So he calls me yesterday about lunchtime to let me know that he needs to work late. And I said, okay. And I don't know what came over me, but I had a plan. I had a terrible, terrible plan. My husband is highly allergic to bananas.
Bananas. Oh, the way she says bananas. Guys, this is going to a very dark place, okay? We've got 2 minutes left.
So I went and bought some bananas. I made banana bread. And then I let my friend know that I was going to be dropping some banana bread round. And she was happy. Of course, who doesn't want homemade banana bread other than my husband? There's no way that he's going to come home and have a reaction in our house. I was on my hands and knees scrubbing that kitchen. It was sparkling. There were no remnants of banana in that kitchen. So I drop the banana bread round to my friend's house. And I leave. I get a call about 4 hours later. My husband had an extremely dangerous allergic reaction to bananas. I make my way to the hospital. And when I get there, the doctor starts to question me on, his allergies, what we have in the house, this, that, the other. In front of my husband, I say, Doctor, I don't know how this has happened. The only thing he's allergic to is bananas. And yes, I did make banana bread today, but I have completely blitzed our kitchen. And that aside, he's not even been home yet, Doctor. You see, I made this banana bread for our friend and I dropped it round there earlier and then this is the point when I turn to look at my husband. And I say, and I have no idea how it could transfer from her to him. How could that happen? It's safe to say that he knew exactly where I stood at that point. I didn't say another word. I turned on my heel and I left the room. And on my way out of the hospital, who walks in? We are literally walking directly towards each other. The friend. See, I'm not normally the revenge type of girl. I'm normally the cut you out of my life, I will never have a need to see you again kind of girl. But obviously, I was in a relationship with him, so it was quite important that I did get my revenge. But her, I had nothing to say. So as we're walking towards each other, she calls me. She calls me to get my attention, to say hello, and to ask how he's doing. I look at her, and I tell her he's allergic to bananas. I'm surprised you didn't know. In fact, you should probably clean your teeth and wash your hands before you go up to see him. Clearly they think I'm stupid. Clearly they think I would never catch on to what they were doing. But I did catch on. And nearly killed him.
People are like, oh, it's attempted murder. If I came home to Corey and another woman that I knew laughing in our kitchen, probably, no, I'm kidding. Like, that would never happen. But like, all I have to say is this. If I've learned anything about dating, relationships, dating a man or whatever, it's like 100% of the time I've been suspicious or felt on edge about another woman or whatever. I've 100% of the time been right. So literally take it from me, take it from the millions of women who have said the same thing. Like, listen to that and move the fuck on, because she knew when she walked in that kitchen, like, there's something going on here. She was right. That's a crazy fucking story. Is Corey allergic to anything? No, I don't think either of us are. We're not. We don't have allergies like that, like food allergies. Banana bread. I love the way she says banana bread. The way she told the story was so like British and concise and eloquent. And I wish I could speak like that. I need to be. What did I just learn about speaking in cadence? When you talk, to speak so that people respect you, understand you. The entire podcast, if I talk like this, based on these cadence videos I have watched, allegedly the podcast would be more successful and people would like listening to me more if I spoke in cadence. Like Obama, Winston Churchill, not like Trump. How does Trump talk? I don't know. There is something to it. When I listen to Lex Friedman do his little monologue at the beginning of his podcast, like the way he talks, it's very like, it's a very, I want to be a better orator. It's probably not going to happen on this show, but like, then I get comments, like I'll get comments where people like, I love the pace of your voice. I love how fast you talk. Like I love, like, this is like the perfect talking speed. I was in bed last night watching, of course, TikToks. Not proud of it, but it is what it is. You know what? We have good days and we have bad days, but the girl was like, this is a long story, so I put it on like 1.3 speed. I'm watching this. It's already at 1.3 on double speed. Like listening, I'm like fast forwarding it or whatever. Like, you know, when you double click to make it go faster, I'm like, we're dying. We're slowly, as the human race is evaporating before our eyes. Like we're turning into plastic. AI's taken over. We're addicted to our phones. There's just like, there's the chaos in the world doesn't make any sense. I don't know. There's just like stupid shit going on. And I feel like we're all turning into mush and we're dying. So we are technically dying, but just, I was out to lunch with my friend the other day and I was telling her how I like once a day, I wish I was just like this, right? And you've probably seen me like baking bread, planting flowers or whatever, doing all the homemaking things. You probably see that and you're like, God, she lives such a soft life. Like this is such a soft life, whatever. But the truth is like, I'm plugged in as fuck. I'm addicted to my phone. I have headphones in at all times, listening to podcasts. I'm always stimulated, right? Like and I asked my psychiatrist guy, I was like, can you develop ADHD? Can these phone, like, is my social media addiction, is my, basically is that exasperating the issue? He's like, yeah. He's like, I've been seeing an uptick in this for years now. It's not a surprise. This all makes sense. So yeah, you can worsen it. And clearly it probably has worsened it. But anyways, I was telling my friend at lunch, I was like once a day or like, yeah, on a regular basis, I like romanticize in my head. And I used to live like this. Like when I was vegan, I was so calm. I was so unplugged. I was so present. And literally since then, that was like 2014, I haven't been. Like I've been wired, you know? But I think about, I told her, I was like, every time I go lay out, like I told myself like this year, every single time I lay out, I'm going to bring a book and I'm actually going to read. Like I'm actually going to read the book I take to go tanning. And here I am, like I've tanned like every day or like every other day for a while now. And it's like every single time I take my phone, where's the book, you know? Or like I romanticize being like in the kitchen baking sourdough in silence, or like, I don't know. Like why can't I sit in silence? Why? Is it because I don't want to think about my daddy issues? Probably. I don't know. Is this all like what is it? Like I literally, and that's what we all need. We all need to embrace the silence, embrace. What's really crazy though, this is what I will say. The only time I like to sit in silence for real is before I podcast. Like the hour, a couple hours, like while when I got ready this morning, I listened to the toast. So I was listening to a podcast. But when I'm about to be creative, I don't like to listen to anything. I like to be in complete silence because what I notice is a lot of the creative ideas and the thoughts start bubbling to the surface. Like I start to, like things start coming into my mind that wouldn't be there if I was stimulated listening to someone else talk, listening to another conversation, which makes me think like if I was mostly in silence, I would probably, this show would be so off the rails, crazy funny. Like I'd be like a fucking comedian. Like I would be like an actual, cause yeah, and that's what like ruins it. The constant podcast listening, music listening, like it ruins it. It deadens that part of your brain. It makes it so it like masks it so you can't. But what I'm saying is the only time I actually like enjoy being in silence is when I know I'm about to be creative and do my podcast. But other than that, like if I'm just like doing the dishes, oh my God, like Corey better be in the room talking to me. I better have a playlist going on my Alexa. I better have like a podcast in. Like I'm bored, bitch. Like doing the dishes is not like fun. Like I'm bored. Like can you think about in the past, like all of these trad wives that literally just did the dishes in silence. We are so privileged. I have trad wife privilege. Trad wives are so privileged in 2025. Like we can be trad wives. We can be stimulated while we're tradding. Like we can be making sourdough. Like we can be watching TikToks about sourdough while we're making sourdough. That is a blessing. That is beautiful. Like we are so like, there is something to be said about less is more. They were probably, you know, without all of the tisms and they probably weren't on the spectrum. They probably didn't have issues. Okay. They were zenned out and at peace. They didn't. Okay. But hi, I'm Jacqueline. I like to be stimulated at all times. And I hate that about myself. I'm coming to the internet. I'm just a girl coming in the internet saying, we're all just trying to cop a feel. We're all just trying to fucking feel something and feel okay. And sometimes, you know what? Back to the Gary Vee quote I have literally mentioned every single episode since the start of this show. Don't fight. He said this about social media. He's like, we can't fight reality. It's here, bitch. Embrace it. Embrace it. Embrace your need to be stimulated at all times because the world is falling apart and we have to buy directly from Chinese factories now because you're fucking, because yoga pants are $300 because these goddamn tariffs. Like, embrace it. Don't fight it. Embrace it. Embrace your social media addiction. Embrace that. So, yeah, we all have issues. I have a few. It's cute though. It's so cute to have issues. It's so cute to be honest though. Like, I am so relieved that I did that psychiatric thing because I was going crazy for a minute there. I'm like, I knew it was something. I knew like, okay, but this is the thing. Am I going to get on ADHD medication? Maybe. I think what we're going to do is we're going to try it and then we're going to see how I do with it. And then we're going to, you know, reassess or whatever. Because there's a potential. He, this is what's annoying about my psychiatrist. He's trying to do it the holistic way. He's like, okay, we need to get you into, you know, you need to go into therapy and you need to like a specific, you need to be like with a new psychiatrist. Like he's like, I want you to, we need to like clean the slate. We need a fresh slate and we need to start over and you need to like, and then we can talk about medication. Like once you do all this work, then we can slap the Band-Aid on it. We're not going to slap the Band-Aid first. And I'm like, give me that fucking Band-Aid. I'm paying you. Actually, my insurance is maybe, I don't know. I haven't gotten billed yet. Probably have to pay out of pocket because it's like some, I don't know. But give me the fucking Band-Aid. But also like, I don't want to be wired. It's a stimulant. It's an amphetamine, right? Like ADHD meds are like, it's basically meth. But some people report like it's life-changing when they get on it. They're like, oh my God, my mind is so quiet. I can actually get shit done. I didn't know that this is how regular people lived. So he also doesn't know if Prozac's even the best thing I should be on or like the dose I'm on is even the best thing. He's like, you think you feel better than you technically do, according to the data. You can't argue with the facts here, bitch. Like your data is showing like you're not okay. So I am relieved about that. I have a new like, okay. But also I'm such an athlete with life. I'm such an athlete. Like I was born and raised by fucking athlete parents. Just the mentality of athletes and it just playing sports. Like I was instilled in me, just fucking put your boots on, you get to work. Like a lot of life or this kind of goes back, that athlete mentality though kind of goes back to like avoiding things, right? Because a piece of me just wants to ignore all this ADHD bullshit, all this therapy bullshit, all this diagnosis shit, this psychiatric appointment I did. It wants to ignore all that and just go, keep it moving, bitch. You're so happy yesterday. You're buying groceries. You're putting a flower bouquet together. You're baking cookies. I did bake cookies yesterday. Like you're having the best day ever. Like life's good. Like what's the fucking issue? You know, piece of me just wants to like keep it moving, get up every day and just ignore all that bullshit. But it's really hard to when I hit the ground or hit my face on the ground every couple months and the same bullshit comes up and I'm like, fuck. Call your dad. Mend your relationship. Fucking figure it out. Move into acceptance. Feel your feelings. Do ayahuasca or have an exorcism. I'm like, I told Corey back to that. I was like, I feel like I need to be like squeezed and like chain. I don't know. Like something needs to be like ripped out of me so I can just like fucking move on. The only way that's going to happen, bitch, is if you feel your feelings. Like that is basically the solution, according to everything I've researched and what my psychiatrist said. You need to. Yeah. So cool. Back to gratitude and great, feeling thankful and everything. I posted a fridge tour on my TikTok. Okay. So such a random segue here. We're going to play another video here. Another TikTok palate cleanser before we do the news, but I posted a fridge tour. Okay. I was like, I'm going to show my grocery haul because this is my happiness. I love stocking my fridge and like meal prepping and everything. So I posted a video and like the 2 comments on it were like, I really hope I have this someday. This is my dream fridge. I have no problems. Like I literally, like after I'm like, I don't know who those people were. I didn't go on their profiles. I probably should have. Like I forget sometimes how fucking blessed I am to be able to like go to the grocery store. Every time, by the way, every time I go to the grocery store, 100% of the time, this is probably related to trying to get the dopamine hit because of the ADHD, the low dopamine from that, trying to feel something. So I probably like overbuy, you know, but it's like, I like abundance, right? Like I like a full fridge. I like to have all the ingredients, all the snacks, all the things all the time. But that's a privilege when fucking eggs are $14, you know? And I forget sometimes, like, a lot of people are out there like struggling to afford groceries. I can't say that. And so those comments just really put that into perspective for me. I'm like, here I am with my humble fridge. We have a humble white fridge. We moved into this house. Everything was renovated and upgraded and we didn't really have to do anything, but we looked at the fucking fridge and the dishwasher and like, they're white. It's giving poverty. No, I'm kidding. It's giving like old. It's giving, it needs to be stainless. We were like, but they both work, right? The dishwasher is amazing. The fridge is amazing. Like they both work. It's a little rusty on the freezer section, I will say. I need to like WD-40 that out or something, buff it out with a magic Mr. Clean magic eraser. Actually, I'll have my maid do that. I do have a maid. Privilege. Hi, we have a house cleaner. You know what I mean? Like, just shit like that. It makes me go like, how did I get here? You know what I mean? Like this is what. What's the quote? At one point, you wanted what you have. And that's how I've kind of lived my life, especially through my 20s. Like year after year, I slowly started like refining and improving. I had some setbacks, but like I always kind of had I always get what I want. I always like figure it out, you know? So anyways, but yeah, our fridge and our dishwasher, we moved in, we're white and we're like, but then we're like, we'll probably have these for a couple of years. And anyways, then we got a wolf oven instead of replacing we were going to do all of it, but then we're like, well, the fridge and the dishwasher work, that's a waste and who cares? And everyone wants that fucking stainless. It's like so dumb. We're so like, Corey and I not getting a stainless steel fridge and dishwasher is so, what's like the term? Recession, coded. What's the fuck? Everything's coded. I don't even know the terms anymore. So yeah, I just saw those comments. I was like, but 100% of the time I'm at the grocery store. He asked me, he's like, are you off? And then he's like, is this just for you? Or he goes like, oh, are you doing a restock? They always ask me like, damn, this is a lot of food, or like, holy shit, what's this? Are you meal prepping? Like, is this for the homeless shelter? Like, I mean, literally, I've gotten every comment in the book you could think of, and I'm just getting our weekly groceries. Like, I cook a lot. Like, I do cook a lot. We're big eaters, okay? I'm not on Ozempic anymore. What was I on? Tirzepatide anymore? We're fucking eating bigger now than we were before, okay? I cook a lot. I eat a lot. I'm not on the GLP-1, so guys, it's getting out of control. It's getting out of control. The food intake it's so crazy. Like you cannot go off that shit cold turkey like I did or you just have to be careful of like your appetite just goes all the way back up. And then some, I feel like it's out of control. So yeah, it's just a blessing, a privilege. I have groceries in my fridge and thank you God. Thank you God for this life. I'm very happy. Okay. So, planes are crashing. Planes are still crashing. So we're into the news segment. We're into the news segment here. We finally made it. Then we're going to wrap the episode. In aviation news, obviously at this point, this is old news at this point, but the NYC helicopter crash happened. There was a New York, I think it was upstate New York private plane crash. Whole family, like a family of 5, deceased, died. I didn't see that reported on very much, strangely, because I think it's because they were white. I don't know, like probably. Maybe it was covered more on the East Coast than over here. I don't know. At this point, it's like it was there coverage of it. I really didn't see any. Family of 5. I think they were like, one of them was a former athlete, like a soccer player at a big Ivy League school. Her and her family were in a private plane. It crashed. All of them are dead. So that happened. New York City helicopter crash. We all saw that happen. I'm just covering this because like aviation news, you know. Oh yeah. And then in Orlando, there was a flight that caught fire while it was taxiing, which isn't that big of a deal. It's not like it crashed. But I will say that, or I'll say this about planes. I don't know about you, but I keep seeing plane commercials, airline commercials. Airline commercials are like, maybe I'm noticing it more now because I'm like, oh, or I'm like, oh, of course there's a lot of airline commercials now because of the plane crash situations. But anyways, oh, I didn't do this palette cleanser. Fuck. Okay. Damn it. This is going to be a longer episode than I wanted. Okay. So we did the plane. So we did that. I was going to play this because I have a thought.
Who am I to judge? Because I didn't do that. But to the people who film their workout classes and get everyone else in it, why are you doing that? Can you just zoom in on yourself and crop everyone out? Like, it's not that hard to do. And everyone else just came for a bit of a workout, a bit of a sweat. We didn't know we had to show up looking good. And now we have to do the class and we can't just child's pose because we might be in a viral TikTok. So you do you, but also could you just do you, if you get my drift?
Yeah. So, period. I am so sick of it. There's someone at my gym that films every fucking workout they do. And our gym has an Instagram. And I'm always like, I catch myself like multiple, like 5 days, like 3 days a week. I'm like in the background. I'm like, I don't know. I just think it's like, because I'm like, wait, I've never, it's especially when it's in like private, it's in like a studio class where it's like, we're doing Pilates and it's sweaty or whatever. It's like yeah. It's just obnoxious. I look at working out like brushing your teeth. Like, go get your workout and get out. This whole we're over documenting things that are not important. Nobody cares about your new workout set. Nobody cares about, like, we don't care. You care, so you're filming it, but yet you're subjecting everyone to your fucking video, or you're casting everyone, or what am I saying? I didn't sign up to be an extra on this set, this workout Instagram video you're doing. You get the point. Like, it just like bugs me. I'm with her. Like, can we just fucking work out and move on with our day? And now it's like, it's such a single bitch thing to do. Not that that's a bad thing, because I used to be that way. It's like, hey, look at me and my body. I'm working out. Look at my ass. Like the ass shots, the push shot. Everyone's fucking bending over, doing their RDLs. Look at my puss. Look at my puss. Look at my. It's like, we know what you're trying to do here. Just make sure no one's in it, because it's fucking annoying and you're annoying. And like, again, I look at working out like brushing your teeth, unless this is like how you make your living and you're legitimately sponsored. And even then, I notice, like, I will say, the people I respect that I follow that are actual like fitness influencers, their content, they don't, all of the stuff they post is just them working out. They never show anyone in the background, which I respect. Like, it's just like frustrating. What are these comments here? My friend was filmed by a random girl in her Pilates, and her ex ended up finding out where she worked out. That's scary. This video is from Claire Holt. Claire Holt, is she an actress? I missed who I was before I saw myself boxing on Instagram. Yeah, it's so like, people don't even think like, what, it's becoming like, it's almost Black Mirror-y. It is Black Mirror-y. Like, you're like, this is what it is for me. Again, you don't make your money off workout videos. You don't if I respect it if like you literally make your money and this is your business, and content is how you need to post content of your puss and your bend RDL shots, because that's, you're selling leggings or something for a brand. I respect that. But like, when you're a fucking real estate agent from Tallahassee, I don't know where you live, and you're just like before work filming your workout like a fucking legit workout video, and it's like there's a tripod and you're like really getting into these angles and stuff, and you're having someone do it. I'm like, just be a fitness influencer. Just go that route. Clearly, like, this is like, you care, like, you want people to see you bent over like this. Like, just, I don't know, do it in a legitimate way, because, you know, then they go put on their pencil skirt and they go sit behind a desk for, I don't know, it's just fucking annoying. Just stop doing it. Yeah, I just don't like, especially in like Pilates studios or like hot yoga studios. It's like, dude, I think I'm triggered or pissed off because like I'm always in the fucking background. And I'm like, dude, nobody cares. Like, literally nobody cares. You care, nobody cares. Like, but I will say, back to like the single thing, like, and I've said this before, I don't know if I've addressed on the podcast, like, when I was single, I was at my most cringe as far as what I posted, like, and I can clock it now. And I don't know why, like, and that's what you do, because you're trying to get it, right? You're trying to get people to like follow you on Instagram. You're trying to get like the boys of the gym to like see, oh, you tag the gym and they repost it. So then the boys of the gym will be like, oh, who's this girl? And then like go and look you up or follow you. And it's like, oh, the hot guy at the gym I like followed me. Oh my God, we're going to like go on a date, and then I'm going to fuck him. And then it's going to be like the best thing ever. And then I'm going to whatever. Then we're going to get married and have kids and be happily ever, or you get the point. So like, you do stuff that it looks desperate. It just looks desperate. It's annoying. And it's not hot. Like, it's just not hot. And I think it's hot to be, here I am on my podcast talking shit. Like, that's probably not hot either, but I get it. When you post content, especially when you look hot and you're fit and you feel sexy and the angle of your ass and the push shot is like perfect, it makes you feel good about yourself. So like, I'll always clap a girl up for feeling good about herself. I always say that. I'm not going to tear a woman down for feeling, but like, don't just crop people out, or make sure you're not filming other people. Cause like this Claire Holt said, it's like rude. It's, trying to see any other comments. Yeah, filming people without their consent is just diabolical. I think it's like you're so up your own ass. You like don't consider other people's feelings. You know, it's typical social media bullshit. Okay, this is a Lil Wayne video. Palette cleanser. We're still on the palette cleansers before we get into the news. I am obsessed with Lil Wayne's voice. Lil Wayne. Obsessed with his voice. Just listen to this interview and we're going to move on.
Your best song, do you think you wrote your best verse yet?
Not at all. Not at all.
You think your best verse is still to come?
Of course.
What's your best one today? Like, we put a pause on life.
Right now, my best verse,
is it?
To me, to this day, my best verse is gonna always be my verse on, it was a song called, my first solo song on the Hot Boys album, it was a song called Block Burner.
You don't say a cuss word on that
Exactly,
verse.
at all.
You was niggas like, I know that verse.
And so, you know, I started when we would go do shows and stuff in New York, like just stuff in New York, like even a TV show or something. If they have another New York artist on that, they would always put me to the side and like let me know, like, bro, I respect that, you know, that you come up, that you rap like that and don't cuss. Because they would always also tell me, because I thought when I listened to you, I thought you was gonna just be like a little sing-song artist where it doesn't matter if you're cussing or not. It's like, but you really be rapping. They would always give me, always New York artists, always.
Shout out to Blackburn.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I can't even do it. Yeah, it's like they respect me because I don't curse. They thought I was gonna do a little sing-song. I can't even do it. It's like, what are the comments? Like, bros speaking in burp. Oh my God. Did that just make your headphones vibrate? Because I'm like, is that from cigs? Like, what is that? Does he smoke cigs? What's my favorite Lil Wayne verse or lyric? Whatever. Everyone knows life is a beach. I'm just playing in the sand. Fucking She Will. She Will. That song is like one of my favorite songs. It's Lil Wayne and Drake. Actually, I think it's it's like a lot of people on it. I'm just thinking of It's a sexual. Wait, what is the line? It's like face south, ass north. I'm Ray Charles to the bullshit and drop that ass and do a full split. What is the lyric I'm thinking of? Let me just look up the lyrics to She Will because it's too good. Oh, I can do it now. There we go. I tell her now go popping that pussy. Wait, I can't say that. Okay, yeah. Life on the edge. I'm dangling my feet. I try to pay attention, but attention paid me. That's such a great line. I tried to pay attention, but attention paid me because that's how social media works now. Attention is the new currency. Okay. Haters can't see me. Nosebleed seats. I love it. I've talked about my love of rap. Okay, my favorite rappers, I feel like this, if someone tells you like who their top, like their favorite rappers are, I feel like it says a lot about them, right? Like there's a lot of categories like that. Like if you tell me that your favorite shows or your favorite like artists or whatever. So I feel like mine, the rappers that I get like fucking fuck yeah about, or like what do I get like, I just like, they do it for me, are Wiz Khalifa, Waka Flocka, Lil Wayne. Oh fuck, who's like my number 4? Who am I forgetting here? Like Rick Ross, like when he's on, no. Who's the Coachella DJ Mustard, or is that his name? Just brought out a guy. I don't know. There's a lot of like, but those 3. Okay, wait. Lil Wayne, Wiz Khalifa, Waka Flocka. I'm just gonna go to my Spotify for 2 seconds because I feel like I'm forgetting like some major. I was gonna say like J. Cole. I'm definitely forgetting. J. Cole. ASAP Ferg. Oh my God. ASAP Ferg. DaBaby, but his songs aren't as good as his freestyles. Honestly, Tyga. Tyga's songs hit. Like, I feel like I'm really forgetting. T-Pain. Yeah, I don't know. Like literally, I would say my number 1 though, honestly, is Wiz Khalifa and Waka Flocka. For My Dogs. Are you fucking kidding me? For My Dogs. Have you listened to that song? Mentally ill, please someone call a doctor. No Hands. Hardened to Paint. 50 Cent. I forgot 50 Cent. Of course, 50 Cent. Random mention here. This is not, I don't know what this says about me. I don't fucking care because I didn't know the lore until recently about Diddy and Jay-Z and the Illuminati or whatever the fuck, and the baby oil and the parties and all the crazy Hollywood shit in the music industry. But I for the longest time, if someone was like, what's your favorite rap album? I would say Jay-Z Black Album. I said that when I was like 15. Like, I've told this story before, but the only reason I got into rap or like pretended I liked it or whatever was because the boys I thought were hot in high school all liked 90s rap. So I was like, what if I listened to all of these old school albums and like memorize the lyrics? Like, I remember sitting in like art class with like the hot boys that I had crushes on. They'd be like, they were like writing rap songs down in notebooks and they're so like, it was so like stupid. I don't know. But I remember like if they were playing music, like I could like, or like at prom, I remember like one of like the, oh my God, I'm like a pop star. Like I felt like a pop star moment or my like, look at me, I'm so cool moments was when my friend, I think, did I go to prom with him? my friend Josh, I was like friends with all the stoner kids, like the stoner, like they weren't like the hot guys. They were like the stoner club. They were all like really nice to me. And I loved, like they were so funny, right? Like they just had like the best humor. We clicked really well. We were always like hanging in pottery class. Of course they were in pottery class. But my friend Josh, we rapped to Hit 'Em Up after prom at I think it was my friend Megan's house. We did like karaoke to Hit 'Em Up and I knew every fucking lyric. Oh my God. And that was like the song where I was like, if I can nail every fucking lyric on this song, I'm that bitch. And I was. And then I did that. And then those lyrics, I mean, I should not have been saying those things out loud. I mean, Hit 'Em Up lyrics. Are you kidding me? I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. I ain't got no motherfucking friends. That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. West Side, bad boy killers. Take money. First off, fuck your bitch in the click you claim. West Side when we ride. Come equip again. Yeah, I would like study these rap lyrics and I'd fucking that's the thing about me that I think that came up during my psychiatric appointment or whatever. It was that I have like visual like or what's it called? Photographic memory. Like I score really high on. Like I had to draw this picture. He's like, okay, study this picture, then draw it. And I did it perfectly. And then 30 minutes later, he's like, do it again perfectly. I have like photographic memory. So I remember like when I had to memorize prayers in Catholic school and recite them in front of the teacher, like they would literally, we'd have to memorize like the Apostles' Creed. And we'd one by one, the teacher would take us out into the hallway and we just one-on-one with the teacher say a prayer to her from memory. And then we get a score. That was insane. Or we'd have to do it in front of the class or, yeah. Or like the Gettysburg Address slayed that. Like I can see words or whatever. And I see it in my brain. Like I see it almost like written out and I can recite it. My friends from Catholic school, we were texting about when we would do prayer circles every morning where we'd go around the classroom and everyone would pray for something. Before we do like the Pledge of Allegiance and then we'd all say a prayer like, hey class and God, please pray or please pray for my grandma or she's not doing well. So if you didn't want to say, what I'm getting to is if you didn't want to say specifically what you wanted to pray about, you would say, I'm praying for a special intention. And then what would happen is like, okay, let's say you had 2 special intentions or 3 special intentions because your grandma's not doing well, but you don't want to mention it. You have anxiety because your crush doesn't like you or you want your crush to like you. And then the third one would be like, I got my period on the way to school and I'm bleeding out and I really want God to protect me in this time because I don't have a tampon or a pad. You're in like 7th grade and you're going around the classroom and these are the things you want to pray for, but you don't want to tell everyone, right? So you would say, I'm praying for a special intention. Or so what would happen is like, and this is when we started trolling and started fucking with the teachers. Like middle school, Catholic school time was like, oh my God, we were feral, like the worst kids. And it got to the point where like people would be like, I'm praying for 17 special intentions. And then you have to keep your composure because like my teacher, Mrs. Olson, was so stoic and scary. She was like 6'3", like bob cut or like short, like Victoria Beckham haircut, but like all gray, like 6'3", scary. She never really smiled. She was very stoic. So we had to keep our composure. So like when your friend next to you was like, I'm praying for 75 special intentions. It's like everyone was fucking around. And it would get to the point where like most people would just say that. And the teacher couldn't do anything about it because like this is serious. We're praying for things. Like maybe her students went home and wrote down 75 things that they want to pray for the next day or whatever. And it was so like Catholic school. I could do an entire podcast on Catholic school. Just, it was, that was it was like a lifetime. That was like a lifetime ago. And it was just its own like universe, its own bubble, like being in those like classrooms and walking to church hand in hand with you'd have to like 2 by 2 all the way to church. Like you had to stand next to someone, the uniforms. Oh my God, just the assemblies. Yeah, it was a wild time. I'm grateful for it. I'm really happy I had a Catholic school experience because it taught me how to respect authority. I will say I didn't get in trouble. Actually, did I ever go to the principal's office? Because you know what they did from the jump, the discipline method in Catholic school from the jump. I'm talking like the second you enter kindergarten is at our school. This is Immaculate Conception in Mount Vernon, Washington. Was the second you go into kindergarten all the way to 8th grade, literally. I think it stopped maybe at like 6th grade, maybe 6th grade. Yeah. I think that's when it ended. The punishment was pulling a card. So when you got in trouble from the teacher, starting in kindergarten all the way to like 6th grade, you would have to pull a card. So it started with a blue card because our colors were blue and white. And then if you pulled it, the next card would be green. And then it would be like orange. And then it would be like red. And then it would be like black. And then if you got like a black or like a purple card, it was like principal's office. You're getting expelled. So like throughout the day, like this kid his name was Sean. He was a tyrant. Like he fucked with, he like knew, he didn't give a fuck about school. He would sing, "We don't need no education." Like as he's passing in his test after he scribbled on it for 2 minutes because he didn't even fucking care. He was so like ahead of the times. Like he's like, fuck that. None of this shit matters. Like I don't fucking need to learn about it. Whatever. So he was a tyrant and like he would constantly be pulling cards and constantly getting sent to the principal's office. But I remember I had such a fear of making a mistake and getting in trouble and having to pull a card. I wanted a perfect record at this Catholic school. And I think it took me until 5th grade. My friend Walker and I were talking during silent time. He was talking to me. Okay, I remember this because he was talking to me and I was telling him to be quiet. And Mrs. Haley came over and she made me pull a card. And that was the first card I pulled. I went from blue to green and I felt like my stomach drop. Getting in trouble, when you're in elementary school and you get in trouble by the teacher, it feels like you're going to prison. It feels like you just committed murder. I mean, your stomach drops, and then you feel like they hate you the rest of the day. Then every time you see the teacher, you like jolt because you're like, they hate me. I made a mistake. You fucking feel like shit. So yeah, that was instilled from a really young age in Catholic school. And I forget what the punishment when we were older was like 7th and 8th grade was like go to the principal's office, you know, like they were at that point, they're like, we're not fucking pulling cards anymore. You're going straight to the chokey. So yeah, what a time. So, but that was, yeah. Oh, I did have to go to the principal's office to like remove my nail polish. I think in 8th grade, which is a bunch of bullshit. We couldn't have nail polish. I mean, even clear girls were getting sent to the principal's office for like light sheer pink. God forbid you had mascara on. It was hell. Catholic school was hell, but we made the most of it, you know? So, all right, that was Lil Wayne. And then, oh my God, this is the latest trend happening on TikTok right now is like, I'm bored. Tell me your most unhinged beauty hacks or like your most whatever. So this one is I'm bored. Tell me the most unhinged sensory issues you have. I'm not talking about I hate socks. I want to hear something worse. So I definitely have fabric sensitivities or whatever where like, and this happened during the pandemic. Like I almost completely went off jewelry. Anything on my wrists or fingers, like I'm wearing rings right now, but even like this is pushing it. The second I end this podcast, the rings are coming off. I don't like wearing jewelry. I don't like feeling necklaces scratch my neck. I don't like bracelets. I only do it if I'm trying to show out and look hot, right? Like that's the only time I do it. If other people are witnessing my presence, like if I'm, you know, basically in public and trying to be seen and look hot or whatever, you get the point. When I'm socializing, I put on the jewelry. Hi, just say it like that. So I'm the same way with fabric though, because, and again, this happened during the pandemic because I was already an athleisure bitch. Okay. I was already wearing the Lulus and the elastic everything. Okay. But during the pandemic, obviously that exasperated because we were inside all day and I gained 40 pounds. And of course that's all that fit. But now it's like putting on jeans. I hate all my jeans. I don't like clothes. I don't feel good in clothes. I only feel good in athleisure, period. I only feel good in sweat outfits, sweatsuits. And this is what I hate. Like poor Corey. I'm like, fuck, I always look like Adam Sandler, right? Like I'm always rocking those. I try to like make it cute, right? Like I'm wearing these like cute sweatpants right now. You can't see them, but whatever. I try to make my athleisure cute for him, but like sometimes I'm like, fuck, if I came home to this every day and I was him, I'd be like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, God, show me some tits. Show me some. No, I'm kidding. But, like in the comfort of my own home, I want to be comfortable. I'm not trying to like wear a blouse with buttons. Fuck that. Like, I cannot. Oh my God. To button up a shirt or to have a blouse on in my home without company, I'd kill myself. I could not last a day. I mean, I think I tried, like when I started working remote, I was like, okay, I'm going to try to like put on a cute top for these Zoom meetings. And I did, that lasted like one meeting. And then I was just wearing I had a rotation. Every time I had a Zoom meeting at my last company, the last two companies over the last like 5 years while I was working in PR, I had a rotation of Corey's cashmere sweaters. I would go into his closet. I would take out a sweater. I'd put it on. And then I could live in that, like in the house, like, but it usually got too hot. But even during Zoom meetings, I want to be comfortable. I was like, I'm not going to put on like I never wore like a cute blouse. I always had a crew neck, sweater every meeting. It was like a blue one, a brown one, and a red one on rotation. So, but back to this video. Excuse me. I don't have misophonia, thank God. That's when people chew and you don't like listening to their chewing. Okay, the bitch I had to unfollow because she got skinny and was only showing her vagina or her thigh gap and her like shots of her puss all the time because she was like skinny all of a sudden because she claims that it was because she got her medication right, but it's definitely Ozempic or like, I don't know. I'm such a bitch. This same chick though, my sensory issue with her and another reason I finally decided to unfollow was because she's clearly trying to make these kind of, I can't even do it, noises when she talks. Like all of her voiceover videos are very, I don't have misophonia, but I have whatever the fuck that is on social media. When voiceovers are sticky, there's a lot of saliva in the voiceover. I fucking can't. So I don't mind a little jewelry dangling. I get that. That kind of gets people to watch the video because sometimes I do that. Like I'll have like a bracelet on and I notice like as I'm making a TikTok, it's kind of it's a vibe, clinking your nails. Okay. We all see that, but the clacking of the saliva while you do the voiceover, I fucking can't. So, I can't sleep facing my boyfriend because I feel like he takes away breathable air and I hate breathing with hot air because it feels like there's no oxygen. I can't explain it better than that. Sorry. Touching a microfiber cloth and feeling the fabric pull on my dry fingertips. That doesn't bother me. When TikTok is continuing playing while I read comments. Wait a minute. Do I do that? I read comments while the video is playing. I can multitask that. I just thought of that. You know what's insane? Corey, I just showed Corey the comments. Corey, my husband Corey, if you didn't know, he's my husband. Like, I have a husband. I love saying that. I don't think, like literally, I don't think he ever, before I told him this like a month ago, I don't think he was ever going to the comment section of anything. He's on like Instagram reels. Like that's kind of his vibe. He like watches Facebook videos or YouTube shorts. He's on TikTok too, but like I'm like, the comments make the video 10 times better. Like they're always so fucking funny, or you can like find out what they're gonna get. Like this is so bad for us. Guys, we're so addicted to our phones, but it's at the point now where like I will go to the comments while I'm watching a TikTok to figure out the end of the story before they get to it, so I can like get the gist and keep scrolling. Do you do that? Oh my God, that is insane. That is how bad it is. It's like they're starting to say a story and I'm like, okay, this is going somewhere, but I'm just gonna go to the comments to get the conclusion, because people will mention something about it and then I'm like, oh, okay, scroll. We're evaporating as a species. Like this is not, we're fucked. Wet food in the sink after washing the dishes doesn't bother me. Okay, this one bugs me. This is so specific. That feeling when you're in bed and you roll over to face the other side, but your PJ pants don't roll over with you, so now they're sitting incorrectly. That is so specific, but so accurate. Or like, yeah, when they're like pulling weird. I get that when I lay on the couch with Corey in sweatpants, because I don't wear pants to bed. You know what people always give shit. Okay, I'm going to start talking. I'm going to burn bridges. Fuck it. I'm going to burn bridges. Am I feeling crazy right now? Yeah. People always give Lauren Bostic shit for always talking about like sex on her podcast and alluding to like how much her and her husband Michael have like amazing sex, and we have 3 kids. We're like, or do they have 3? I think she's pregnant. She's always like mentioning things and like calling attention to like sexual things like vibrators, lube, sucking your husband's dick, and that's how you keep a marriage together. Like she's always like so it's like you're clearly trying to compensate or like whatever. People give her a lot of shit for that. So me being like, I don't know what that feels like in bed anymore, because I don't wear pants to bed, because I get yelled at if I'm wearing clothes to bed. Corey's like, what the fuck is this? I don't think a man. Okay, wait. Like, first of all, I think, isn't it healthier to sleep unclothed? Like they've studied that, or it's like better for your skin, or I'm so used to sleeping naked. But I swear to God, like every guy ever has always been like, take this off. What are you wearing? Like, God forbid we wear PJ sets. That's how I know you're bad in bed. Oh my, or excuse me. That's how or probably also that's how I know you're like not fucking your husband or fucking your boyfriend is, this is I'm so mean. I just started feeling crazy. It just came out. This is that mood disorder. Is that what I was diagnosed with coming out? I think what falls under that category, I will never mention it again because it's really nothing. It's like, hey, go to therapy. We've already talked that out. But the way I know that like you're not, I have so much shit to talk. And I know some people are like, whatever. Like everyone has a different situation. But when girls are like PJ girls and they like wake up in the morning and they're like vlogging and they're like PJ, like, I don't know. And they're like, they have a boyfriend. They obviously sleep together. I'm like, how does that work? Are you changing after you have sex? Are you like putting that on after? Are you what? I don't understand how that's working, because there's a particular chick. I always have someone in the back of my head that I have seen, and this is so mean, but it's kind of what I do here. It's my release. It's how I get my toxic thoughts out. This is like, I have to do this. And if this is like, remember when I said how in spin class, I'm like, everyone's so like positive and like light and open and happy. And I'm like, these thoughts I have, like, I wish I wasn't like this. Like, I really don't want to be like this. But this chick, every fucking day, it's like a new PJ set, wearing PJs, getting ready for bed, PJs. And I'm like, there's your fiance. What does he think? I don't know. And then now she's doing the trad wife outfits, the fucking full milkmaid dresses. And I'm like, Corey used to live in Charlotte. And God bless. He lived in Charlotte for like 6 years. And he was like, okay. He's like, the girls in Charlotte, it's like a southern thing, but he's like, your friend group, like if you're a hot girl, they will tear you down and make you feel like shit about looking hot or trying to be hot. Like, what did he say? He's like, you're shunned about it. Like if your tits are out and you're like looking hot and sexy or whatever in your outfit, it's like they they want everyone to be like, because what I'm saying, it's so frumpy out there. It's so frumpy out there. And I live in Southern California. Okay. So like I'm exposed to the hottest people in the world. Okay. And I'm just so used to it. So when I went to Charlotte with him, we drove by some girls walking to like brunch or something. And I was like, oh my God. And they're all probably like married. Their husbands are. And I know I'm like, I have like a one viewpoint of like sexuality and like what's hot because Instagram, I'm like, look at me. I'm like an Instagram baddie and look at me. I'm always like tits and ass and like, okay. And it's what I like. Okay. So, and it's like what all the guys I've ever been with like, or tell me, you know, and my husband obviously likes that. So I just saw like this slew of girls going to brunch or something. And the dresses were, everything is so Amishy out there and frumpy. And I'm like, it's just not, it works for them, whatever. They think it's cute. But he's like, yeah, if you're like a really hot girl in Charlotte, it's like, who does she think she is? And they like want you to be like fat and frumpy and wear like a milkmaid dress. So this chick, I'm like, all of a sudden she started reading the Bible and posting about that. Just, this is like a classic trope or whatever. And then it was the dresses on top of that. And then the PJs. And I'm like, if I say this next part, it's going to be so obvious who I'm talking about. I can't say it. She got her implants removed to get smaller implants, and they didn't even look like she had anything before. If I was her fiance, I mean, what the fuck? The whole point, if you're going to go under surgery twice, isn't the whole point of breast implants to like enhance your breasts? She got them smaller, but only slightly. It made no sense. And then it just pisses me off. She's a great girl. I'm just talking shit now. That was really obvious who I was talking about. If you know, you know. I should probably delete that segment. I don't know why. Like burning bridges feels dangerous, and that's why I probably, I could even talk. There's so much shit I could talk about the podcast world, podcasters, people that are doing way better than me, people that are like way more successful than me at podcasting. Like I could go off, But it's really wild. I guess what I'll say is this, like who pops and who doesn't with podcasting. Yeah. So back to I think we're done with the palate cleansers. So Liam Payne died. He, when was this? A couple months ago now. Liam Payne fell off a balcony in, was it Argentina? And this is the latest on what happened right before his death. So court documents detail Liam Payne's final hours as 3 cleared of involvement. So, final moments. One Direction star Liam Payne, 31, died after falling from a 3rd floor balcony at the Casa Sur Hotel in Buenos Aires in 2024. Oh, this is, I think, late 2024. This is really sad. And I feel really awful for his girlfriend. Since then, 5 people were arrested in connection with his death, including hotel workers and his former manager. However, 3 of the accused have now been cleared, and I think his manager was one of them, obviously. And new court documents reveal how Liam spent his final hours with 2 sex workers. Just trying to feel something and cope with your feelings with unhealthy substances and outlets. Gotta give him grace here because I can only imagine what he's going through. The 35-page document claims Liam invited 2 sex workers who he found through a sex worker website to his room. OnlyFans, I wonder? Is that a sex worker website? Like, yeah, technically, right? The women say, who I wonder, like, I'm just so curious. I'm so nosy. I'm like, who were they? What did they look like? The women say they arrived at 11:30 a.m. on October 16th to find Liam inhaling a crystal-like drug from aluminum foil. So they came at 11:30 a.m. in the morning. And he was doing meth or something. They say he asked them to source him more drugs before the three had sex. Shit. Toxicology. Wait. They said he asked them to source. They said he asked them to source him more drugs. So he's like, I want more drugs. Then I want to plow you. Oh my God, I can't talk like this. That's how I cope. I just can't. It's the emotions thing. It's feelings thing. I just deflect with humor. Hi. Fuck. Toxicology reports support the claims that Liam was taking drugs in the hours before he fell. Tests found traces of alcohol, cocaine, benzodiazepine, crack cocaine, and a pink cocaine in his system. The women who Liam allegedly had sex with said he became very angry, smashing a TV and ordering them to leave the room without being paid. Liam died that evening. Since the court report, Liam's former manager and friend, Roger Norris, has been cleared from any involvement. He said he's delighted to be a free man and innocent of all the charges. It's horrible. 2 of the 5 charged will remain in prison. They are awaiting trial. If convicted, they could face up to 15 years in prison. Holy shit. Yeah, his girlfriend Kate, I mean, she was just interviewed on it was like Jay Shetty's podcast or Steven's podcast, one of the two. I forget which one. I like Steven. If I had to pick between Jay Shetty and I like Steven a lot. Shout out. But she was interviewed, and the way she found out was one of his friends called her, and what did she say? Like, they're like, have you heard what happened to Liam? Or I forget what she said. I don't want to like speak for her. Not only did her boyfriend die, but to find out he spent his final moments cheating on her. My heart breaks for Kate. Yeah, it's like you're grieving that they died. You're grieving that they tragically fell to their death. And then also they cheated on you right before they died. I look at the meth, the cocaine, the sex, the alcohol, all of that is like the women were just part of the ensemble of coping mechanisms. Like, honestly, like it was just like part of the mix, the cocktail of substances. It was just the substance is puss. It's really fucking sad. So those are Liam Payne's final hours. You guys want to talk about Coachella? Like, I don't really care, but we'll move on to this Florida State shooting because I have a video of a girl in a hospital that I want to play that was shot. And let me pull it up here. It's crazy. So there's a shooting at Florida State University last week, and it was awful, like just so random. And like this kid, I think his mom or dad was like a sheriff or something. He had a law enforcement parent with a gun. And I think, what was it? 2 people died, like 3 or 5 people were injured. Something like that. It was just super random. Like, it wasn't, well, they all are. All these school shootings are random. But, you know, this was no different. But I just thought this is what I wanted to say. Because there's a video circling of this girl drinking a Starbucks, filming a dead body or an injured body. I think this was the girl in the hospital who got shot in the ass. I think this is the one that she filmed. I'm not sure I don't know for sure. The body might have been a dead body, someone who had been shot and killed. But it was so eerie because watching this girl film the dead body and drink her Starbucks, because I'm like, this is where we're at as a society, and this is where young people are at. This is where their brains are at. Everything is content now, including a dead body. Her first reaction, seeing a body laying on the ground, shot in the ass or shot, bleeding out, her first reaction wasn't to go help, to go resuscitate to try to save the life, to call the none of the way she reacted was human at all. She had zero empathy and zero awareness of the situation, like human, like awareness, like her biology was backfiring, and technology took over in that moment where she saw this body and was just like filming it, making content. Her initial reaction wasn't to save a life, it was to make content while she was sipping her Starbucks, which is so fucking perfect. It was unbelievable. I mean, I've seen it all. And I don't know who this girl is. I don't know. People are like, that's shady. Maybe she was involved. I don't know the situation, but then a piece of me goes like, if I was like, oh shit, there's a dead body. I mean, if it's dead, I would be in shock. I'm like, would I fucking do the same thing? Like, would I film it? Because maybe you're in shock and you're like, oh, holy shit, mom and dad, look at what I saw at school today. Like, we all kind of do that now. When something is such a spectacle and so unbelievable and crazy, like in public, you're like, oh my God, like this building just collapsed. I'm going to like film it or whatever. Like, it's just such a knee-jerk reaction. So that was crazy. And I think this might've been the girl that got shot in the ass.
The mantra was, play dead, play dead. It's going to be okay. Play dead. Wait for the cops. He came around kind of like the corner of that service road, and I saw him with a gun, took off running, and unfortunately I fell because I'm not the most graceful individual. And then he shot me right in the rear end. And then my friend took off as they should. And all I could think of in that moment was I just needed to play dead. So I released all the muscles in my body. I closed my eyes. I held my breath, and I took short breaths in between when I needed to. It's been drilled into me. Both my parents are retired Marines on how to handle crisis situations, both like active shooters or bomb threats. So I played dead. I then heard the shooter come up. He reloaded next to me. I actually wanted to roll over and call my dad because I thought he had stepped away from me at one point, and I wanted to give my last I love yous. And I figured it'd be better to call my dad than my mom, because if, God forbid, something did happen and I got shot again, I thought my dad could handle it more emotionally than my mother could while still relaying a message. So in that moment, that's what I wanted to do. And then I heard him say, yeah, keep running, while he was near me. And I knew I did not need to move, so I just stayed there. And then I knew it was over when I had multiple officers around me and telling me they got him, everything's okay. And the mantra was,
oh my God. She's still in shock. Like, she's fucking amazing and brave, and like, but I feel like the way she's talking about it is like so. She almost like smiled and laughed a little bit there, and I want to say I don't know if it was her or someone else. I just think, first of all, it's like insensitive. Like, she's in the hospital. She just got shot in her ass. What is that? Where she got shot? Sorry. Yeah, and I'm just saying, like, I think we need to stop, like, when someone's in the whatever. What was the CNN, of course, tracks. someone's like, I love how she said, as they should, not pointing fault at her friends for running away for their lives. Yeah. You save yourself in those situations. Unfortunately, like it's everyone for themselves. But I was saying there's another girl I think that had previously been in a shooting. I think where 17 people died. I forget which one. And then I think she was in the bowling alley at Florida State, and she's like, oh shit, here we go again. She's one brave biatch. But yeah, playing dead. I mean, you guys remember when I did the gun range episode? I think I called it Panic Attack at the Gun Range. I mean, that was the first time in my life I was like, oh. Like I actually felt, and I told you guys about what happened to me, but I really took on anyone ever who I took on what it must be like to be in those final moments of getting shot. Cause I was hearing these crazy, I mean, I had those headphones in, what are they called? To help, what am I, sound absorbers? What am I, the headphones you wear at the gun range? They're not headphones. They're like earmuffs that protect your ears, ear protectors, whatever. Even through that, it was like, I felt it almost like in my chest, the loud booms. There was like 20 people there shooting. I was like, damn, this is to be in this environment and to be shot and hearing other people. Ugh. Pro-gun, by the way. Or am I? I'm not. It's not looking too hot over here in this country. I love how every time I see a video like this, or like when something horrible happens, it's like the people from like England are like, is America great yet? Like, you guys know how I feel about shootings. Stop fucking reporting them. And here I am like furthering the issue, talking about them. I don't know what you do. Like, I just think you just don't report on them. It should never have been. It became a thing to do if you're a kid and you're like, oh, I'm depressed or whatever, I'm going to go. Same with like, okay, they say like the video games. It's also like what's going on in the home and parenting and all kinds of stuff, bullying and social media. And there's a lot of factors here, but you guys, I don't care, by the way, about this space thing. These housewives go, or whatever, Katy Perry and the gang go into space. Like, I just don't care. Yeah, it was just classic performative feminism. And I feel like they made it like such a big spectacle. That's how everything is done now. It's like, we're told what to care about. We're told what's exciting. We're told what's important. And I'm like thinking, as I'm watching this, I'm like, they're making it such a big deal. Like, I get it. Like, all woman crew in space. Yeah, they were in space, but it was like, is it space? Is it not space? Like, it was like a 10-minute ride. They're not astronauts. They're passengers just going up. It's amazing that we can do it. It's amazing that space travel's looking more and more possible every single day. You know, I grew up on Star Trek, and I feel like eventually that's where we're headed. I would love, what was the Star Trek ship called? What was the Star Trek ship called? Dude, it had a great name. Enterprise, right? That's one thing I will say about my dad. He exposed me to great movies and TV shows. The Apollo? No. The Challenger? Maybe it was called I thought it was called the Enterprise. I think that was a series or a movie. Here, I'm looking here. There's a specific one I'm thinking of. But anyways, so yeah, like, I think it's amazing that we can do that. I'm not discrediting, like, okay. But though, I mean, we all saw the Katy Perry interview. It's just like, I don't know what we do. Do we just, it's hard to ignore when it's ridiculous, you know? It's hard not to laugh at it. Like people make the jokes like, hey, I'm just like, I saw this woman, she's like, Katy Perry's like, or this, one of the women were interviewed after they went up and down in the ship or whatever, the what is it? Blue Origin? What is it? The Amazon spaceship out of the Bezos rocket. When they went up and down, they got interviewed after, and someone was like, have you ever da-da-da-da? And this woman made a video like, have you ever donated plasma twice a week for 10 years because your paycheck, like 30% of it is taken out for medical bills and you can't afford to. And she's like, I donated plasma twice a week for 5 years just so I could buy pet food or dog food, just shit like that. Like, I get it. You know, at the end of the day, this is where I'm at with like celebrities, wealth, the Kardashians, like the uber wealthy, like the ones that own these crazy mega yachts, like the Bezos of the world, the Elons of the world. Like for me, this is how I look at life. It is what it is. Okay. It's always going to be there. It's going to be obnoxious. It's going to be crazy. I know their wealth is ridiculous. I know it's not necessary for a human being to have. Like technically it's no, like it's enough for 50 lifetimes, probably more than that, probably like 1,000 lifetimes, maybe 10,000 lifetimes. I don't know how much that money could stretch out for one person, but to live a nice, comfortable life. But it kind of goes with everything. I don't complaining about it doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? This goes for a lot of stuff. Like, it's not going to change. There's always going to be richer people than you, people that have more money, people that have a better lifestyle, people that can fly to space and you can't buy eggs, but they can go to space and it just is what it is, you know? And is it ridiculous and crazy? Not really. It's like, hey, they wanted to go to space. They went to space. They figured out they have access to that. It's like, I don't know. But I just feel like if I definitely would not be going up in one of those, because every time I see videos of these rockets taking off, I feel like they explode. Like, where they had to have in the back of their mind, like, I could die. Like, this is potential. Like, we're not making it back moment. Like, so for that reason, I will give them credit or whatever. And not that this is my issue. I'm like, okay, women have been going to space for years. This is not something crazy special. Like, they're not astronauts. There was just this is what I was thinking. I was like, wasn't there just a woman stuck in space for 10 months or something? Like an actual astronaut? Like, we should be, all of our attention and energy and focus should be on like her life, who is she? Like, we should be like celebrating her and that whole situation, because can you fucking imagine 10 months? I think that's how long it was in space, stuck. Or you weren't really stuck. You could have come down sooner, but there was like political issues and NASA versus SpaceX or whatever issues. Like, that's crazy. Like, that to me is like, okay, that's worth my time and energy. But Katy Perry going to space, it's like, whatever. A lot of the things going on in the world, it's like, we'll forget this in a month. We will forget this. No, we'll forget this. It's already forgotten. It was a news story last week. This is why life doesn't feel real, or like it's just getting crazy. Everything moves so quickly. The 24-hour news cycle moves so quickly, where nothing seems important. For a moment, 5 women, I think it was 5 women going to space. It's important for 5 minutes, and then it's forgotten. And that's why we're overexposed. We're just overexposed to big events, big news, wars, politics, culture, big cultural shifts or trends and TikToks and all of that. We're so overexposed where it's desensitizing us. It's like nothing's interesting, nothing's exciting. Women going to space is eye roll. Like, who cares? Where like 60 years ago, if they did that, it'd be like, holy shit, these women are going to space. But that's where we're at now. That's where our brains are at now. We're just fucking over everything. It's like, that's how I feel, especially when I do my podcast. I'm like, that's why you hear me say a lot, like, I don't fucking care. Cause it's like same shit, different week, same big news story, different week. What's it going to be? It's always something. And I think that's what you realize as you get older. And I started clocking this during the pandemic. I was like, I just started noticing patterns where like every month, actually, you know, when I started noticing this, when the plane crashed on the Hudson River that year, I started noticing patterns of tragedies in our world. And I noticed, okay, this was the year when the plane crashed in the Hudson and like a few other things happened. I think it's because I bought the Life magazine about whatever year that was. And it documented every single big event. And I feel like at that age, I must have been like 22 maybe. That's when I became hyper aware of like, okay, there's always going to be tragedy. There's always going to be war. There's always going to be horrible news. There's always going to be awful things happening in the world. There's always going to be trends. There's always going to be a popular celebrity, an unpopular celebrity, someone going to jail, someone getting murdered. Like, it's never not happening for life, for your entire life. So I think you just have to develop a healthy relationship with that fact and just like, instead of getting like pissed off all the time at all these stupid news stories. But it's really hard not to when it's like ridiculous shit. It's really hard not to. The things about life that used to feel wholesome and sweet and important and like good for the soul, because of technology, just don't feel like that anymore. And Corey and I were talking about this over dinner the other night. I'm just so grateful for my childhood and my upbringing. While it was traumatic, we covered that. It was sweet. Like, I had it made, you know? And it's we're in a new era. You can't go to a kid's birthday party anymore without a fucking theme that's like perfect for Instagram pics or whatever. And like, but yet we were all, you know, my parents, like the moms were doing that in the 90s too. Like we were still posture. We were still like trying to keep up with the Joneses back. Everything was the same. It's just now everything's documented. I guess my issue is that it's information overload. We're overexposed. We've got this 24-hour news cycle that we're overexposed to at all times. And we're not in the present moment. We're addicted to our phones. No one can take a shit without their phone. When's the last time you took a shit without your phone? For real. If you were on an airplane, wait, no. Like, would I take a shit if I've never taken... Have you ever taken a shit during turbulence? No. I think I wrote that down one time as like a tweet. Or I think one of my tweets was like, I can't sleep unless I'm naked. I don't understand why this flight attendant... Or I don't understand why the flight attendant doesn't get that or something. I think I saw that and I like wrote it down. It's probably like copying someone else's, whatever. But yeah, where are we at? I need to like move on and end the episode. Coachella outfits. Do you want to talk about Coachella outfits? Oh, the NBA finals are coming up. And I was watching Golden State play. Was it the Lakers? Who were they playing? The Mavs? I forget. And the managers, the owners, whoever they pan to, because like during the game, they'll pan to the guys that like have the money, that own the team, that call the shots, and they look like fucking assholes. They need some popcorn, they need a cocktail, and they need a smile. Like, just smile, look happy. They look like angry dads at their son's basketball game. Like, they're so like intense, which I get it. It's like money's on the line. They've got a lot going on, but I've never once seen a manager, like a NBA, NFL, whatever, like baseball, MLB. I've never seen like, they always look so angry and so mean and just like intense and like, anyways, I don't know. That was something I put on my list here to mention. These managers need some popcorn. They just need to look like they're vibing out. It's like, have some fun. Yeah. It's like, just look fun. You're like at a basketball game, like have some fun. I know it's a lot. It's almost the finals, which my money's on Golden State. Steph Curry is so fucking good. I used to be a point guard. I wouldn't be able to ball handle. If I went through, it would take me 10 lifetimes to ball handling him. If I just practiced ball handling for my entire life. Like, he's so sticky with that ball. Like, it just sticks to him. He can just do, and the deep shots he makes, it's like, I just know after he shoots, he's like, yeah, it's going in. Because you get in the flow and you have that touch and it's just perfect laser beam right to the hoop. So shout out Golden State. Shout out, who's my guy? I think he just got traded because he was being an asshole or something. Or they got pissed off at him. Jimmy Butler, shout out. He's one of my favorites. I just like his vibe. I like his personality. I watched that documentary on Netflix. I just think it's cool how he plays dominoes and likes craft coffee. Like, I don't know. He's just like, yeah. Okay. Coachella outfits and blend it. Cute. Good. Is that good with you? So I've never been to Coachella. Let's start with that. I've never been to Coachella. I think it'd be fun to go once. Like, it's some people, especially if you're from California, if you live close enough to drive, like, it's your thing. You go every year. You're into it. People always talk about the heyday. Like, it's changed. It's not the same anymore. Once the brands came into play and once the influencers started showing up, the brands, it like completely changed Coachella. So people love to shit on Coachella. I'm not one of them. I'm really not. I've never been. I really have nothing negative to say other than, what the fuck were these outfits this year? Like, I grew up next to a Mexican family where this is like not connect. It'll connect. The ruffle butt shorts, like, they need to stop because it's looking like a diaper and it's not flat. They're not flattering. They're not cute. The ruffle butt shorts plus 3 belts. We're in a crisis. These Coachella outfits are, I think, a really good reflection of where we're at as a society, because I think most people would look at the Coachella. I'll get back. So the ruffle butt shorts, what I was trying to connect there was the Mexican family I lived next to growing up. They had a bunch of little girls that were like similar in age. And when we would, I don't know, like I would see their underwear. We're like toddler. I don't know. We were really little. And I just remember like their underwear were so cute because they had like ruffles on the butt, and we didn't have those. We had like the Hanes Barbie ones or whatever, like the ones from Kmart. I don't know where we got our underwear, but, and so I always like remember like the ruffle butt thing with my Mexican neighbors they would like babysit us sometime and play with their kids and their daughters. And anyways, but I feel like most people would say like the Coachella outfits this year were a miss. I think we all can agree. I'm not a fashion person. Okay. I used to care. I really don't anymore. Like I said, I don't like clothes. I like athleisure and I like to be comfy. Okay. I really hate I make it work, you know, but it's just not like important to me enough where I want to be a fashion girl, but like, it doesn't tickle my fancy, if you will, like it used to. Like, I just don't care as much. But what I will say is that I feel like this is what I feel. Okay. This is how I feel about the Coachella outfits or outfits in general, like fashion in 2025 in general. So here's what we've got. We've got everything trending all at once. It's been that way for a while. It's been that way for years because of social media, because of Instagram, because of TikTok, whatever. Like everything is trending all at once now. The fashion cycle moves very, very quickly. And I feel like if you looked at the Coachella outfits this year, it was like rave girl meets, it was like boho rave girl meets cowgirl. I feel like that's what most people would maybe say about, I'm talking about like the girls' outfits. I don't know what the guys were wearing. I wasn't looking at the guy outfits, but I feel like most people would say that. But like, to me, it's like, it was a fucking mess. Like, didn't look good together. Nothing looked good together. The belts with the ruffle butt shorts, with the cowboy boots, with the, it was like, are we at Stagecoach? Are we at Coachella? I know a lot of people got that. I'm all for a cowboy boot, anything, at any event. I think it's cute, whatever. But when I see pictures now from Coachella, the outfit pictures, all I see, I'm like, your style is social media addict. That is your fashion sense. It's like, I look at you, I look at the outfit, and I'm like, okay, this bitch is addicted to social media. It's a mess because you're mixing so many things, so many trends. There's no rhyme or reason. It's like, we're all trying to be quirky and different, but like you all end up looking the same. I really respect how like Kendall Jenner, I think she showed up in like jeans and a tank top. Like she doesn't have to do shit. Like I think it's chic as fuck to not try. And I feel like that's now what celebrities are doing. They're like, I'm just going to do the least because trying hard and putting on a crazy outfit makes you look like a loser now. Who cares? Fashion's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be expressive. Like right. But like, if you care about being cool, do less with your fashion. Like do less, try less. Everything just like looks like Shein. Everything looks like you bought it off Temu or direct from the Chinese factory for $1.30. I don't know. What are you supposed to wear to Coachella? Like, everyone reminisces on like the boho times when like no one had lip filler and everyone showed up in like cute little jean shorts and little like moto boots and like a long lace like vest layering thing, like a shawl thing, and like a little like hat. Everyone's doing like peace signs. I don't know. Like, I think we're just all confused. We're imploding as a society, and the Coachella fashion really emphasized that. I don't know. I think some people look really cool. Like there are some outfits I saw that I was like, oh, that's really cool, really creative, really interesting. It's fun. But let's be honest. Who gives a fuck what you're wearing at Coachella? The body is the outfit. Okay. That's what we know. We all know now. The body is the outfit. It doesn't really matter what you're wearing. The body is the outfit. So if you have a hot body, it doesn't matter what you're wearing. You're going to look hot. It's just how it works. It's literally that simple. I want to say that, and we'll end with this. I like how Justin Bieber's wearing his hats. He's wearing them like Peter fucking Pan. He's wearing them like Robin Hood. Who am I thinking of? He's like wearing the beanie and then rolling it up on the side. Who the fuck does that? You know what I mean? Like nobody does that. That is cool. Like doing something no one else is doing. Justin Bieber knows how to be cool without even trying. There are very few people now that can do that. And Justin Bieber is one of them. Because, yeah, he doesn't have to, I love his fashion lately. Like, I don't care how low he sags his pants. I don't care. I just love how oversized everything is and how like baggy and just like the fucking beanie. He's got a new Skylark fashion line coming out. Looks like they're dropping a lot of hoodies and like cool sneakers and sunglasses. I like the sunglasses. I think he posted some pictures. Yeah, he did post some pictures of it. He's posting a lot, but I was like, I'd buy these sunglasses. They're really funky and cool. That's the episode. This was so fucking long. I'm a streamer. Hi, I'm a Twitch streamer. I need to do this on Twitch instead of a podcast? Who listens to 4-hour podcasts? I don't know. I do. So I'm sure someone else out there does. That's the episode. You guys, I'm going to go fix my daddy issues, okay? I'm going to go fucking sit with a somatic therapist and feel my emotions after this. It's just amazing what we do to cope. It's amazing. Like, here I am thinking my coping strategy, my method of healing is good for me. Thinking through everything in my head and talking things out on my podcast for 400 episodes is good for me. Like, this is healing me. This is helping me heal my trauma and figure myself out. And it's like, no, you're just it's like a coping mechanism. It's actually it's helping. Sure. Like, I can't completely discredit what I'm doing here and how I cope and how I work on myself. Like, I can't fully discredit myself, but the truth is, I really believe the actual like true path to healing is feeling your fucking emotions, actually allowing yourself to feel them. I don't even know how to do that. I think I do need to sit with a somatic therapist or whatever. I need to like do some sort of like body therapy stuff, like, because I'm just either thinking things through in my head, thinking about it instead of feeling it, or I'm blocking it. That's how I've been coping. And that's not solving anything. That's kind of what I've just recently discovered. Maybe someone would say, hey, bitch, you're fine. You're doing fine. And I know that I am. I know that this is probably giving like she's overthinking, which is, hi, I'm an intellectualizer. It's what we do here. But I think it all comes back to my need to feel like I'm in control, and I want to feel safe. So if I can think things through and tell myself in my head everything's okay, then I feel safe and I feel like I'm okay. I'm in control. Things are okay. Because the second I start to feel things, I spiral and in my head, I feel out of control. So then I'll think my way back to feeling in control and telling myself I'm okay, which is just a Band-Aid. It's just, it's avoiding it. How fucked up is that? I think I need to tell myself, I don't know what I need to tell me. I need someone to tell me what I need to tell myself. This is too much. I told you at the beginning of this, I was like, I bit off way more than I can chew today. What time is it? The day is over. This podcast was way too long. So I'm really grateful for your listenership. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for being here. I really mean it. Like, this is my God-given gift, and I'll never doubt myself. That's my other thing. Like, I'm not stopping, and I'm never going to doubt myself. Because you do have your days where you're like, I rarely have them though. I'm so I know I have the delusion thing. I don't give a fuck. I know I have it. It's how that's just, you have to with social media. Who gives a fuck? Literally. But yeah, there's room for everyone at the table. I don't know where you're at with like wanting to do social media or like quitting your corporate job or whatever, but like there's room for everyone. If you build it, they will come. The audience will come. The money will come. Everything will come. You just don't stop and show up every single day. That's what you have to do. It's really that simple. So, and just, yeah, hard work beats talent. I think, God, Logan Paul's, he's a fucking jackass, but like he did say that. And I always remember that from Impulsive back in like 2020. Hard work beats talent. I wrote that down actually. And he said, fitness is the first step to greatness. I also wrote that down. And I also have a fucking podcast episode called Logan Paul HMU. Logan Paul hit me up. I have so many chapters of like this podcast. If you listen from day one, I mean, holy shit. I literally have a podcast called Logan Paul Hit Me Up. Little did I don't even know what I was alluding to. That, like, what was that about? I'd have to go listen to it again. All right, that's it. Thanks so much for hanging out. Thanks for your listenership. I really appreciate you. That's my new word, listenership. Thanks for being here. Please hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening right now. I'm on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Breaker, Overcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. Please hit that subscribe button and review the show 5 stars while you're there. If you made it this far, the least you could do is leave me a 5-star review, okay? So go hit that 5-star button on Spotify or Apple. Thank you. And then subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is a video and audio podcast. You can watch the full-length YouTube video on YouTube at The Jacqueline Monroe Show. And follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Jacqueline Monroe. And finally, if you want to support the show, totally forgot this at the beginning, patreon.com/TJMS. Patreon.com/TJMS. Go check it out. It's my little subscription service over on Patreon. Patreon.com/TJMS. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.
I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.